Make
What do you
sure
think's gonna
that
happen
it's
this weekend
known.
with the whole Russia thing?
Gotta make sure that they know.
At the big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from
That was
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control
That looks like we're going
exactly
now.
what people
and,
think, and that is our job.
Yeah.
At this moment in
We
history,
ain't
as
got
we're
no
looking at
warrants
efforts
yet.
across the country to prevent people from being able
Complete
to
reboot
exercise
of
their
system.
fundamental rights, prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
You're going to be the band from now on? Okay.
And when
Like
somebody
I said.
says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how?
What are you gonna
What
do?
magic wand do you have? There's-
Magic wand.
What?
You gonna-
How exactly?
Okay, we're back.
We got an excellent connection this time. We're sticking around this time.
Killing it.
Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men. I'm Saintly Barnes. With me, as always, is Saintly Brandon.
Hi.
And with us is Saintly Kris this week.
Hello.
We are having some technical
Well, some
difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Maybe we figured it out, though.
I blame the engineer.
Yeah, I blame the talent for not knowing nothing.
I don't know.
I blame the internet not being fast enough.
Fucking internets, you ain't fast enough. What is this? Starlink.
So,
Yeah, is this supposed to be better?
oh, okay, there we go. We're streaming. We're live. Okay, so how was your week?
I slept.
That's
I had 2 great sleeping days this week.
That's good.
old Rip Van
Lucky
Winkle.
you. Lucky you.
The aliens got him. Rip Van Winkle style.
Not me.
Yeah, I think that capture card just fucking sucks. And when I plug it in, it like it's using too much processing power, taking it away from the computer, and then the video is not getting up there.
We're getting our shit together slowly.
One day.
One day.
So you slept. What'd you do this week?
Well, this not much actually. Just maintained.
I maintain.
Trying to keep my garden from dying all week long. This is the heat wave and the drought. We got that nice storm though for
The agua. You got some agua?
we did. We got a nice rip through for about a half an hour that dumped a lot of water on
And
us.
we really needed it.
We did.
Ah.
We did. I did. Otherwise, all my food's gonna die, or my well will run dry. Like it's
It's like the old times.
it is.
What the did I do?
I don't know. What'd you do? Stop messing with shit. We were on. We were doing good.
We're still doing good. Yeah. What did I do?
What did
I was
you
just
do?
I was working on the Halo video. That's almost done. I would have had it done for this week if I didn't go and have some fun yesterday with Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey.
So, but for sure next week it might be a
Jeffrey was back in the
a
news
world
this week.
premiere.
All right. We're looking forward to it. Speaking of Jeffrey, he was back in the news this week, huh?
Your favorite.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah. Apparently he was renting that mansion in New York City from the federal government from 1992 to 1996. Not only that, but the federal government sued him because he subletted it at one time.
And also,
boom. We were doing really good. And
I think it's mainly, I don't know. I haven't even went back to check
I
any
think
of the.
it's gnats. There's a party of gnats.
There is.
nearby.
They're living right inside the sound card.
There's a party of gnats.
I don't know who it is.
Blew my mind.
It may be just the.
Doesn't seem to be me.
But anyways, he also was on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was talking about him, and I guess that got everybody pissed off,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
saying
think
he's
that's
a
what.
conspiracy theorist and whatnot.
Who was on Joe Rogan?
Well, no, Joe was talking about Epstein.
Yeah, I think Joe.
And people
found
flipped out.
That might have been what he uncovered, but I heard he uncovered something this week. I don't listen to Joe Rogan very regularly, so it's not.
I gotta. You see how you talk sideways into the mic?
All right, should I talk this
There you
way?
go.
We got some complaints about that last week.
Sideways talking.
It's like you sound good, and then you just kind of like stop, and it's really annoying because you just kind of like start talking on the side of the mic, and then nothing really can hear, and then you're back. So let's see if we can curb that habit.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
that
it's gone.
bye.
Mhm.
They flew away.
Make flu. Yeah. So
But so yeah, there was that was found out. What Joe was talking about was that he had like an office at Harvard.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
After he was
Harvard.
convicted or accused. or
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
The
And
layers.
they
to his-
had keys for him, so he could go in anytime he wanted.
Yeah, the layers for his onion are gonna keep being peeled back. There is no
Well, it's
end.
the intelligence community. of
There's no
course.
end.
Fucking endless layers.
And then we got Kathy Griffin
Ugh.
coming out and like like nobody's listening to her, but it's just hilarious how I think she was complaining to some magazine about how Joe Rogan's dangerous because whatever he's the Roganization of
Because
a
he-
country.
Because he intimidates her.
Well, also he just asks questions maybe, and she don't like the questions he asks.
I mean, Joe Rogan's just the guy.
probably
He's
intimidates her, too.
misguided
That's what
sometimes.
I think. That's what it is. Like dudes like that.
I haven't heard him say anything specifically controversial.
No.
No, I mean he says it's just stuff that people don't like to hear. Like he's Alex Jones's friend. It's like, oh, I've known Alex for years. Yeah, he's crazy, and they're like, oh,
So
he
now
likes
you-
Alex.
yeah.
He's a
Now you automatically believe everything Alex Jones believes just because you're friends. with him.
exactly.
It
I don't
doesn't-
even know if Alex ever believes everything he believes.
No, he obviously wanted to make cashola. It worked. He made a lot of money. You know,
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's. I mean, where's the line on that?
What the
Between-
fuck is this?
between being
Another weapons package for fucking Ukraine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're endless.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop.
That's not.
We're funding that war now.
What the fuck?
When I was a young boy,
This
my
isn't
mama said to me,
fucking the talent show,
"Boy,
guy.
there's only one war for you."
That was a nice way of him telling you to shut the fuck
up. I blew up the whole wide world, the whole wide world,
Oh man.
just to kill them. Yeah, we're in Ukraine big time. That
Yeah, gas is great. I love the price of gas. It's like where all that fucking is going straight over to there and
Yeah,
fucking
this is ridiculous.
the bombs.
and they're just trying to cover shit up over there. They don't want that shit to fall,
No, they're trying to cover their ass because if like that
Right.
does fall, then there's probably a bunch of stuff that will come out and they'll have on them.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
that's-
why this is gonna end up to be World War III.
because everybody's
That's
got-
why it's going to be World War III.
No, it is.
covering up elites' dirt.
Yeah.
We're going there right now.
Cover it
because
up with like nuclear
Russia-
rubble.
Russia, China, South Africa, Brazil. Who's the I? India. They're all going on a different currency. That's over half the world. I mean, they're going on a different economic system.
Yeah.
And it's going to be backed by gold. And it's going to fuck us. And they got a lot of resources. And we don't.
What about
Wow.
Sure about, you
We
sure
do.
about that, dude? We just don't. It's just sitting there.
All right,
we
we
haven't
are
had to.
sitting
We
there.
haven't
True,
had to
true.
tap it.
But they have a lot of resources.
Yes,
nonetheless.
I'm not. That's of course they do.
And part of this, I think, is over like those Arctic claims of those oil fields in the fucking ocean there.
so we can still be running on oil for fucking eons.
Oil.
Until it runs out. Till the Earth is shriveled.
It was supposed to run out in like the 90s, wasn't it?
we need to get a comprehensive list together of all the stuff that every time the world's supposed to end due to climate change. I mean,
Yeah.
there's scientists been saying it since like the 60s, like, oh, we got another 10 years.
Yeah.
And I gotta dig up all that stuff because it's like
Well, it's fear mongering.
it's just fear mongering. I mean, look at Al Gore was out this week again, fear mongering, and it's like, dickhead, remember you made a whole fucking thing about it and none of it came true.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's not something that we should just take for granted, but we shouldn't be flipping out and ruin our lives.
I was just like saying this to my father the other day. I was like, I don't want to hear about every time the sun farts and have to worry that it's going to be like some kind of geomagnetic cataclysm every week.
Right.
When that has been doing that my whole life, and I never saw a story about it and I went throughout my life not worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, stop putting it in my face. And that's what they do with all of it. Because, extinction events create clicks. Clicks create money.
Mm-hmm.
Money
Fear creates money.
I was like,
Yeah, but back to World War III, Ukraine.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
happening. That's definitely going to happen. That's good. Now we see, China is going to make its move against Taiwan. I don't think this is safe.
You think they're what?
What?
What about the whole
I do.
Nancy Pelosi going in there to protect them?
I'm crossed on it. Like, A, that's not her job. If she was invited, so be it, in some sort of like official capacity.
One day that'll be fixed.
I'm
But
curious.
Today's not the day.
It might have been this.
is it this thing moving? Because this thing keeps moving on me.
I don't know what it is. It's a ghost in the machine.
So if she's invited, then I think she should be allowed to go. And I don't think that, West Taiwan has any say in it, really.
West Taiwan.
No, they don't.
Yeah. I mean, fuck West Taiwan.
Yeah, seriously.
She's third in line of the government right now as far as like head of state. And I can't even breathe on this thing.
I don't even know if it's you or me. I think some
It's
weeks
not
it's
me.
me. Like I do
Yeah.
stuff some weeks and it goes away.
But like if you guys can't hear it, we got a buzz going on in the earphones here.
They may. Who knows?
But I think that
I've never-
China's just using it as an excuse, unless there's something really shady going on beside the scenes, and they had to send Nancy Pelosi for some reason. I don't know, but she's our bitch to kill when we want, not theirs. That's basically my take on it.
I think she's just gonna kick the bucket soon. She's getting so damn old.
she is,
She's an old dog.
but women live older than men.
You can't say
Anyway.
that.
It's like, hey, man, what?
You can't say
You
that.
can say whatever you want
But
to say.
the
That's
truth
the beauty
is
of this country.
is that China, is just
The
they're
worst.
using this as an excuse.
You know what is that? Oh, yeah. There's an old Russian saying. I can't pronounce it in Russian, obviously, but it basically is translated as China's final warning. And they've been saying this.
The fuck are you doing, Barnes?
China never backs up their threats ever. This is an old Russian adage,
Yeah, they were getting ragged on pretty thoroughly for the.
Oh, everyone was just like,
If Nancy goes there, we're gonna friggin' shoot her out of the sky.
doomsday device will be activated.
Yeah.
It's like, please, guys.
So that's how the saying goes.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, here we go.
here
Again.
we
China's
go.
final.
Oh, you got China's final warning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah. Let's ask the Tibetanese what they think about China's.
Okay. Well, yeah, somebody who doesn't really have a military. Yeah, that's easy to pick on. Yeah, I understand. It's not somebody who's been at wars for the last 70, 80 years. And
No,
doesn't
we
know-
have been.
and can be anywhere at any time.
mean-
and like
China did get its nose bloodied against Vietnam.
after Vietnam had their backs against the wall against the United States and the French, so they came in there like almost directly after we left and got their ass handed to them.
Yeah, they came in 79. Think about that motherfucker, man. Ho Chi Minh. He beat.
Badass dude. He's like Hannibal.
Japanese.
He's like, he's one of those like.
Then he beat France. Then he beat, and I think France had help from the Dutch at the time.
I just figured it out. It was the DI box.
Awesome.
Then they beat the United States. Then they beat China.
Yeah. He's like I said, he's like Hannibal. He's like one of those famous generals. He's
Yeah.
somebody who should be like, looked at
Oh,
for
yeah.
military historians, that kind of thing. I'm not saying he's a great guy,
No, but
but
he.
Beautiful. My computer just shut down.
oh,
He knew how to
blue
struck-
screen, my man.
Are we still
oh,
We're
snap.
Oh, snap.
Did we
Blue screen of
freeze?
death.
no data. It's saying. Are we done?
No, that not that one.
We're
It
still
was
live?
this one. It was this computer.
Why does it say no?
It says
data?
excellent collection.
Oh, now it says
Excellent
excellent
connection.
No, there's only like one person watching. That's why.
Yeah, but the lines now for World War III are getting drawn, and it's Russia still, fucking China, North Korea, Iran, Pakistan. I don't know if anybody else. Is gonna
For
get around.
me, I mean, yeah, it's like sure, it's intimidating, whatever to think about, but I don't know. Those guys, Russia's military hasn't looked good. China's military is untested. Pakistan, what conflicts have they been in? Let's talk
Pakistan's constantly in conflict
with themselves. These are small.
With
This
India.
is like, yeah, but these are. Is it another sticks and stones situation? I mean,
both
are there
got nukes.
missiles flying? Are there like
They're both advanced militaries.
It's I don't know. There's a gap there, bro. Like
They have nukes.
yeah, they have nukes. I get that, but there's a gap outside of the nukes. The just between their fighter jets, and
Sure, I
all their
get that.
logistics.
Yes.
Like there's so much. The gap is massive. It's so massive that you can combine those countries,
Well,
and there's still a gap. There's
I
like
mean,
it's so.
On a conventional
I'm
war
sorry.
scale, like who wouldn't? What enemy of ours isn't there a gap with? I mean, Putin's even said that.
Was it Mattis that just came out like a couple days ago said we can't win a war with China?
Did he?
One of these ex-generals did, I think.
Why? Because it would just be there's so many dudes.
I
that
didn't
it would
even
just-
watch it. I was just asking
Well,
if
if
you
it's
guys
World
heard
War
of this
China,
story.
then that's different. You know, if we had France and we had Britain and we had
Germany,
Germany and Italy,
yeah, we had Europe,
Poland,
We ain't gonna have no.
NATO,
Romania, if we had NATO, Central and South America, Japan,
What about
Australia.
the NATO? Switzerland and Finland, was it?
no, it's Sweden, and
Sweden
Finland.
and Finland.
Well,
Well, we got the Nordic states locked up.
yeah, it
That's like-
doesn't really change anything. But to say, like,
They have some pretty good tech and
the
stuff.
big one is Finland, because that's
border
The location.
well, no, it goes the other way. So in other words, Kaliningrad, right? The Soviets took that from the Germans, right? And it was originally the Germans, right? That's where basically Prussians came out of, right? Which are definitely German. And Finland was part of Russia traditionally. And then after,
That's right.
during the Soviet takeover, Finland got out. And so they've been feuding since Finland took off.
Well, do you feel like it's worth provoking more war with the NATO being
mean-
like, let's accept you as states?
Well, it's different in two reasons because, like, A, those are already adversaries of Russia.
Okay.
So it doesn't change Russian defenses anymore. All it does is spread out. Like, all right, so both Finland and Sweden do make some high-end arms, right? But I don't think they're making jet fighters, which means
No, they buy them.
right. So that means we're going to be spreading our jet fighters over a larger front. now.
They'll make more for them. They have their own contracts.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but either way, we have more territory to cover with jet fighters that are higher end now. So it's going to up their trading on their military. And I think Sweden was neutral up until that point, right?
I think so.
They've been neutral for like 100 years, I think. Like
Not no more.
not no more.
All
Now,
right.
part of the problem with it is that Finland had adopted the swastika as part of their military before
Yeah.
before they joined the Axis in World War
Mm.
II. So I feel like that's not gonna go over well with NATO shit.
NATO's not going to like their paint job.
Yeah,
Just
they're
small-
Air
I'm
Force.
sure they're aware of that going into the deal. Like,
But
Well,
they're
what-
also two countries that we would have went to war if they were invaded by the Russians anyway.
yep.
So it didn't really change much. Now, Ukraine, I always kind of considered that in the Russian sphere.
Pretty much, yeah. I did anyway, but that's what I think doesn't matter. If you're a Ukrainian and you don't think you belong to Russia, then you don't.
Right.
You know.
And there's a definite distinction between like the Finnish and the Russians.
Distinct looking.
Well, yeah,
It's,
the
you know.
peoples. I mean, they're Uralic peoples, right? In Finland, same as like Iceland, right? Or partially, and some Lapinese and less Slav, you know.
Okay.
Or
What else we got to talk about?
well,
We're going
I mean,
down.
I
the,
could
and
see
the
now-
language, the languages are distinctively different.
Yeah, they're
there's like so
distinctively
many.
different. Yeah,
there's so many
there's
cultural
cultural
differences.
differences.
They're different people.
Right.
So they're different peoples.
But now we have, the front, I guess you could say, or just two theaters similar as there was in the World Wars, right? Where-
Shaping up the same way.
Yeah, it's the same areas,
Similar players.
Similar players.
Some have switched sides. Some have.
Yeah, some will switch sides.
Some have.
There's some new territories, and Pakistan's new, Israel's new.
What about
Iran.
The Russian and Chinese alliance is fragile.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very fragile. I see.
And I think that's more on the Russian side. Like the Russians are more willing to.
The Chinese side think that we'll see the way. The Chinese side seems to think that they're superior now. They're superior now. So they want now they're talking about
see no superiority.
well now they're talking about Manchuria. They're talking about Yakutia.
Yeah, that's Russian.
They want it back. China said it used to belong to them. I'm not kidding. This is like stuff I've been reading about. Lots of it's coming out. They're like high. You know how they're like, it'll be like somebody like a Mitch McConnell over there, like of that equated like power.
Yeah.
Would say something like that. That belongs to us and we want it back. Like, and it's like I just see it's
fucking irredentist, man.
I know. I just see there's a fragility there though with their alliance. It's like,
well, yeah, there always has been, right?
China's going to try to take advantage of Russia. I mean, China's going to milk Russia for everything it has. If they're in a power, if they're in
Well,
a
that's it.
position over them.
That's it.
But Russia's been backed into a corner and has no choice but to deal with them. Like, so it's like spelling your own doom in a way. Like,
Well,
this was all avoidable. At least with Russia, at the fall of the Soviet Union.
sure, we dropped the ball.
We dropped the ball.
Big time. We left them out to dry, and I've heard people get pissed off about that statement. Like, what about World War II? No, that's not then.
Well,
this is like This is the '90s. This is when this happened. This is like it's over. Like,
If we're going back to World War II, then and we're talking about Russia and China, then we chose the wrong fucking side.
exactly. No shit. Like, but I don't know. I think if we had at least like somehow like economically like stimulated Russia like we do with other countries when we knock them down and build them up,
that's the thing.
Then there might have been a different kind of
They
partnership.
were still out for blood, economically. Like,
yeah, they and it sucks. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like defending any of Russia's actions, but
no,
I'm just saying that we, as a country, had a responsibility. I felt after spending 40, 50 years doing nothing but talking, like, being against them, doing everything you can to make them look awful, do like whatever around the world. Their own actions did that shit too, but then to just not help them after we are succeeded in our goal.
Right.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. It just seems
we didn't let them into NATO.
Yeah, we put our foot on them instead when they were down.
We would probably have better help against China if we didn't let them into NATO, huh? Well, China's the real threat. I mean, sure, Russia's got more nukes. They got bigger nukes.
China's the real threat.
China's the real threat.
Absolutely.
Russia's had the advantage over the United States militarily before and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And we've been playing cat and mouse with Russia for fucking...
It's a frenemies situation.
It really is.
That's been going on for a long time. It's just now we're on the enemy's part of the friendship. It's like we're mad and not talking.
Well, all the problems in our country are because of Vladimir Putin, so.
Thanks, Putin.
Stop blaming all your country's problems on me.
No, I think most of this country's problems is like, no, it's self-service.
What's that?
Self-service.
For who?
For just elites, like people, about us grabbing as much money as you can. Who can you exploit? Like always trying to come out on top of every deal. No beneficial, like symbiotic
it's
relationships.
the culture.
It is. It's the culture. It's terrible. It's like I like capitalism. I'm not that downing capitalism, but capitalist culture breeds that kind of a mentality, and this is what you fucking get.
Well, what happened? This was just my own personal like experience or like perception was like, you know, you had the 80s with the fucking Wall Street, and then it just took off.
The
like
deregulation.
where it was like, you know, the board members made like 60% more than the people in the mailroom, and now it's like 600% more.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting wider and wider.
Things that, why would it go
But
down?
then that mentality was like captured by the reality television people. Like, oh, we're not getting enough work done. Fucking, we're wasting hours, and we're gonna, you know, fire you, Jimmy, because you ain't producing. You know, and that, when it filtered through the TV to everybody, it was like, then everybody thinks there's some fucking Wall Street asshole, cutthroat business person, and it's like, our profits ain't up, so we're fucking not doing. We're not doing. You know, I'm not a good businessman.
It's just business, bro. It's just business.
A bunch of fucking meatheads like thinking they're, you know,
Sorry.
Gordon Gekko out
yeah.
there building the fucking, you know, a wooden fence for someone's garden.
Yeah.
Greed is good, as he's like fucking hammering his fence in.
Yeah.
So when that like spread through reality television, I was just like, this is dumb. And then it really took off because fucking it was like the whole country was like,
Well,
oh
it's
yeah,
beamed
profits
in.
must be fucking higher.
It's beamed in there now, like
Yeah.
you know, it's
Well, yeah.
and there you go,
Well, now,
deregulating.
I mean, you know, Putin's driving the price up. You know, so
Well, he's the boogeyman.
I had to raise my prices because, you know.
Well, he's the boogeyman du jour. You know,
The
it's-
boogeyman is short.
We have one. You know,
Putin.
it's
horrible.
Putin today.
It's horrible,
Well, it's
bro, I'll tell
Putin
you.
today. It was Osama bin Laden for many years. It was fucking, you know, Saddam Hussein. I mean, there's
Monkeypox
many
next.
boogeymen.
Let's talk about Al Qaeda for a second. Not Joker.
Oh, what? How they turned in that guy after they got their money from us or something?
No,
Biden just
Biden said he killed the leader,
Yeah.
killed, yeah, what
but he was reported dead before, right?
already, like
No,
years ago.
I heard they gave him up. Like their money was supposed to be released to Al Qaeda because you know how when we left, they were like money is supposed to be released to them, and that was one of the conditions they gave him up. They gave him up to the government.
Sounds about
So
right.
they could get their cash, basically. He's
Well,
basically-
they basically just gave cash to themselves. That's really what it is, because
Well,
all of
yeah.
that bullshit is just fucking like the reach around with the intelligence agencies. 'Cause they're running all that shit. It ain't fucking no like insurgent fucking, you know, desert clan. It's way too organized.
The CIA is,
ISIS
like,
and all that.
constantly at war, like all out, all time.
Yeah. No.
What the fuck?
well, they have their own. They make up the boogeyman. They're the boogeyman makers. You
Mhm.
They
know?
are boogeymen.
They are the boogeyman.
Yeah,
They make it a
are. I
boogeyman.
mean, they're out there making fucking moves, right?
Coups, fucking
Yeah.
like I know.
And people in the place, when they learn who did it, they don't just make distinctions between the CIA and me. Like they
No, of
all
course
group us
not.
together.
Well, just like we do. I mean, I try to separate it in my head all the time when I'm talking about China. It's not the Chinese people. It's the you know,
CCP.
yeah, it's the
Mhm.
government. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and that's the case. I mean, Brandon's been around the world. He's been, you know, you
Around
people,
the world.
people are people everywhere. It's
Yeah,
not-
it's not the fucking people. It's the fucking people running the people.
yeah.
That's just it. You know.
Except though, when you do get into some religious areas, like, and they're like, you know, they're gonna fucking put you in jail if you play poker on the table, because
Yeah.
gambling's fucking illegal.
Right.
Well,
right.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's just being a different.
Well, that goes back to what's her name?
I was
who
just
got 9
me too.
years.
I was just gonna segue to that too. Yeah, you know, well, that's just it. But this is what you know. That whole situation's really pissing me off because imagine being in fucking jail here
for it. Yeah, and nobody
And-
gives a fuck.
and looking at that and being like,
I bet you there's people in
Or-
jail that were clapping. They were in jail. They're like, yeah, fuck you.
wasn't there an American teacher that's been jailed in Russia now for a few years that like nobody cares about? Nobody heard.
I'm sure there's a ton of
But-
people that have been jailed and
she
nobody
knew
gives
what
a
she was
shit.
doing. If you go into a fucking foreign country that you know something's illegal and you know they have harsh sentences, you know, I mean, this stuff is known.
right.
You know, all I want to say about that is that she's just a dumb shit who fucking is one of these younger people who thinks like,
Privilege.
I'm in a bubble and that's just my life and I'm just doing what I do. And it's like, yeah, you're so privileged. You don't realize there's actual things in life that can say, no, you can't do that. It's like, I do what I want. You know, the whole Cartman attitude.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, then you have
It's
Biden
privilege, entitlement.
chastising them, like, how it's messed up, and weed's not legal here federally.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
I mean, what do you? It's just so hypocritical. Like, it's all because she's a celebrity and she's a political pawn. It's
And it
something
was on
to use
Time
right now.
Was it really on Time magazine, the cover of Time? I feel
What?
I saw a picture of that. I don't know if it's real, but she was on the cover of Time, and it said "Freedom Fighter."
Oh, come on. Get the fuck
That's
outta
not
here.
a. She's a dumb shit. That's what it should say.
She made a mistake, and a grave one she's going to pay for. It's
Oh, man.
unfortunately. I
9
mean,
years.
and that's the thing. And then you're gonna leverage her against the
they're gonna-
Merchant of Death, and like against guys like that are like
Yeah,
Killers?
spies, assassin.
Come on.
One of
They're
them's an assassin. They wanted to
What
throw
does
in
she
the
do?
deal.
Play basketball?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no go. She's there for 9 years.
Yeah, that's it.
Boom.
That's
Like,
better off that way.
Yep. It'll change her life, but it's not me for I don't know, man. Like, it's not worth it to trade her for an assassin
Fuck
and
no.
an arms dealer.
Are you joking me?
That guy will come back and kill somebody
Why don't we
here.
just give a
like
fucking
tomorrow.
general? Like,
It's
what
like,
the fuck?
Oh God.
Oh.
These are two different worlds we're talking
He's a
about.
freedom fighter.
What?
You bigot.
I
Fuck it.
know. I know. Now he's a bigot.
What? There's worse shit going on.
There is, man.
Call me Archie Bunker.
Oh God. Edith.
We're becoming the Archie Bunkers of our times.
We are. We are.
So that's just something you got,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just fucking dumb.
She's a dumb shit. Yeah.
She's
just-
an athlete for a sport that nobody pays attention to.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a cold, hard truth, but it's,
Oh my
Bill
God.
Burr fucking
I heard
murdered.
You
it.
want to talk
I
about?
did. I heard Bill Burr's like,
No, it wasn't
Murdered.
Bill Burr. There was a meme. There's like this old Asian lady in like a retirement home, and she's like, somebody's trying to give her a like cold fucking spoon of rice, like
okay.
it's all fucking grimy, and she's like, and it said like ESPN, and then the spoon was WNBA,
Oh, God.
and the old lady was sports fans.
It's happening. I've noticed it. I've noticed
Oh,
it over the
God.
last 6 months. They've been pumping that, or for the last year, they've been pumping the
Women's league, yeah.
soccer, and that's fine. I'm glad it's good that they're pumping it because maybe you need more fans too. And
Sure.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Sure,
So
yeah.
obviously-
Maybe with some more advertising, they get more fans for
yeah,
sure.
Exactly, I understand that, but I mean,
People see
it's
girls,
still
girls
for
see
me.
girls,
It's just
they
not.
identify with it.
I don't like seeing like that. I don't know. I was saying this the other night. I have a problem now with watching female UFC fighters now. I can't really.
Why?
I
That
don't like
actually
watching.
sells.
I don't like watching girls beat each other up. I don't know what. I really don't know what it is about it, but I just don't like it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
It's like I hate seeing them get hurt and their faces is all fucked up at the end. Like, and I know they're tough as nails and they'd kick my ass, but still, it's not what it's about. I just feel bad. I'm just like, oh, come on, guys.
Hey, to each their own, man. But yeah, that WNBA, I'm sick of hearing that argument too. Like, why don't the women make as much as the men? It's like because you don't sell as many tickets.
Yeah, because you can see it. You can see it if you watch a game. Just look at the stands. I mean,
I don't understand how women, in general, or men, the white knights out there, don't understand that if you have a demand, the more demand usually demands more.
Right.
yeah, play sports all you. I'm not. That's totally it. Do your thing. Like have
It's like
leagues. Whatever.
you got people that want to come into a place, and then you have half as many people want to come into the other place. They're not going to get charged as much. That's
Right.
all. That's just
I know,
fucking
I know.
economics.
I know.
A lot of
Like, you're not going to tell me that.
But that's not fair.
that's another job now. She created a job,
Yeah, new job out there for
That's
some young
an
aspiring
opportunity.
ball.
And there's a lot of unemployment
Basketball
opportunities
player.
lately. If you're somebody who doesn't mind lying and I don't know, maybe attracted to underage people.
Want to be a
and-
politician?
Yeah, like Peru, that guy he outed right in the middle of an investigation. The prime minister there quit this week.
Oh, I didn't hear
Italy
about
Prime
last-
Minister of Peru.
Gone, yeah. I don't know.
What, for messing around with kids?
No, he resigned in the middle of an investigation. I'm not sure what the president's underneath investigation for. Some countries have a president and a prime minister, which always kind of confuses me. But
Yeah.
Russia has one.
Yeah.
That way.
What is the difference? One's just the spokesman, and the president only speaks when it's really pertinent, or
Like, how does that go? Like I know in
I
like
think it's like a Speaker of the House / president thing, kind of.
yeah, we'll have to look into that. I don't.
I think one's domestic and one's head of state, or maybe they're both heads of state. I
But
don't know.
then they'll have like a foreign minister. That like
Yeah.
it's there's I don't know.
So
Why is the Russian embassy so fucking big too?
Who knows? Where is it? New York?
Well, they must have one for the UN too, but I mean, DC.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a big one.
Maybe Epstein's renting an apartment in there too. Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Joe's brother's his neighbor, right?
What?
Yeah, Biden's brother's the neighbor.
of
That's it.
Epstein
Yeah,
or was the neighbor?
was the neighbor.
There's just
Well, that shit's so convoluted.
it really is like that's what I mean. Like
It-
stuff like I don't know for sure.
And-
if
and
it
the-
was there,
never
but
ending.
The judge in the Ghislaine Maxwell was fucking. Whose daughter was it? It was the
Comey's daughter.
yeah
right.
Comey's daughter.
This shit is so convoluted, and
Is that fucking weird or what?
dude, when you start
Well,
really
the-
looking into it, like
not
alright,
in a way because it's like families get into
Yeah.
politics and these
Mm.
high power positions and these like
Yeah, but they're like,
Right,
you know how
but-
many other friggin' judges or no? It was her. The she was the lawyer, not the judge, right? Or was
she
it?
was the DA, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Either way, this shit gets so convoluted. Like in the beginning, the intro of the show, whatever, Chris Cromos,
Yeah.
he's talking about exactly all this shit. Like he was talking about the WikiLeaks and Pizzagate, and the news was going on. Don't look into Pizzagate. They debunked like a couple like stupid things about it and never really looked into it. Then some idiot went down there and shot it up, and everyone's kind of like, "Whoa, fucking easy."
Yeah,
man."
yeah.
But that shit, if you look into it, it's like, wow, that's a lot of coincidences in a row. And if you look into those emails, you're like, yeah, they are saying that shit a little bit weird. Like, who gets pizza for an hour?
Somebody who's hanging out eating pizza with their family. I don't know.
Should I play dominoes on my pizza? What the fuck does that mean? It's obviously code.
What? Like, I don't. It could take an hour if you have like 4 kids and you're in there and you have a
Pizza,
big pie,
pizza.
2 pies, and
Eat
you're
pizza for an hour.
hang out and eat. Like,
Bop, bop,
didn't they
bop,
have like
bop,
video
bop.
games there and there was an arcade and like all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff?
but
for
it's not
kids?
only that one. And see,
Oh.
Well, what was the name that you said the guy's name translates into in French?
it's James Alefontis, right? I would be Johnny Alinfo.
The baby.
Yeah, I love babies. I mean, it's not only that; it's a pizza place out in California, and then they found out the CIA, with the Finders Group, was using pizza places for shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And Obama allowed the CIA to run operations in the United States, and it's been getting fucking nutty ever since, hasn't it?
Well, there was just came out that there's like somebody, the head of the FBI said that there's a domestic terrorism in this country has become a 365-day-a-year event. That somewhere, every day, there's at some time there's somebody they're arresting or busting. They're doing
Sure.
something for domestic terrorism.
No, because they're good at fucking streamlining it.
They also said this week that the Betsy Ross flag and New Hampshire state flag were warnings of as
Yeah,
domestic
yeah.
extremist or something.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Who
yeah.
said that?
No, the
FBI.
Gadsden flag is
Yeah,
on there.
it's the same thing.
The "Don't Tread on Me."
Yeah,
New Hampshire
that
flag.
that
yeah.
means you're you're
yeah,
a
but-
terrorist.
Wow.
So if you're a Betsy Ross reenactor in New Hampshire, you're fucked.
Or if you just think it's a cool fucking flag, like whatever, like it's
It's like an eastern rattlesnake. So don't try me.
yeah.
Right. So ridiculous. That's because they're trying to kill nationalism in this country.
I know.
They really are.
I mean, extreme nationalism is clearly bad, but I mean, it's good to have nationalism.
A little
it's
bit.
good to have pride in your country. You know, it's like
In your neighbor house and your,
and one,
yeah,
you know, I
the whole
don't.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it translates over to a lot of good stuff. You don't litter because you like the country.
Yeah.
Don't do crimes. Don't rip people off. Yada yada yada. Hire American, buy American.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that stuff.
No,
Well-
there's absolutely nothing wrong.
I don't know. Why wouldn't you want the best for your country? Why wouldn't you want good things to happen? Why wouldn't you want to be the best? Why wouldn't you want to be on top? I don't understand.
Well, it's part of like destroying the country's identity. You know, or just like their morale. Really, it's like if all the kids hate where they live and don't want to fucking be there,
you're not going to fight for it.
You're not gonna. The country's fucking got no future. So
that's true.
The empire falls.
It's like what was happening in the teens and 20s in Russia is happening here now. It's like
great.
Very similar.
We saw how well that ended.
Well, yeah, they had those artificial famines and.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's also too in the pop culture, like it's being shoved down everybody's throats through like look at all of our what we have as like legends and friggin', you know, what the fuck would you call it there? But like our fuck, it's like our storytelling and whatnot, which promotes like us as a people, like spiritually, morally.
Folklore.
Yeah. So it's like let's tear down all these heroes and
provincial heroes
and
provincialism.
Change the way what is perceived as a hero. So it's like attacking the psyche of the fucking the people.
Yeah,
they did that.
And that's why Top Gun's doing so good is because it was like we had enough of this shit.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to go back to this is what a hero does.
Somewhere in New England, there's a woman. She was a settler. She had a couple kids. She protected them. She got raided by Indians. They like raped her and killed her. And or something. They killed her daughter. And she went off and killed them all. Killed those Indians back.
I heard about her. I forget.
They tore down her statue.
They tore her statue down.
Yeah.
What?
Or trying to, at least. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, why? Why the fuck would you do that?
Wait, I do remember they never tore it down. I remember
they were trying
to. I remember talking about that with you like 2 years ago or something.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that totally. I was
like, all right, so here's a woman who was a settler. Okay, granted, she wasn't invited. She, just showed up.
Talk about strong women. Like that's
right.
Yeah, that's one right there.
But then she, was as peaceful as she could be with her neighbors, and 6 of them came and killed her daughter, so she went and killed them.
Yeah, it's things like that where you've already committed a couple moral offenses. You attacked a person of color. You were violent. It's like they don't even see what happened in the beginning. They look right past that.
Right.
All these like new SJW people, fucking white knights. They're like, oh, you mean he was trying to kill the woman, but the cops shot him? Those fucking cops.
Oh, I know.
It's always like that.
Did you see that somebody drove into like a Native American parade or something like that with an SUV yesterday?
No.
Yeah, there was like 15 people injured or something like that.
Damn.
I was wondering if
was that in California?
I don't know where it was. It was out west somewhere, obviously, but
no, I was indisposed. I didn't see any news yesterday.
I heard somebody killed 6 people or something at a fucking gas station or something.
No, that was like this horrible car crash, dude. Like I didn't even want to see it because I was on Reddit, and of course you're scrolling down, and it was there, and it was like this car came fucking like a bullet into this intersection.
Whoa!
And just flames. Five people were dead apparently, and I was like, God damn it! Now I gotta watch Snuff. Here we go.
But he was telling me about Anne Heche.
Yeah.
Or you were telling me
I
about...
was, yeah. Anne Heche got in a bad car accident yesterday, too. She's in critical condition.
Who is she?
She's an actress.
Oh.
That was, did you see Donnie Brasco?
Short-haired, mousy-looking girl.
She was,
what was the
married
other
to
one?
Ellen DeGeneres for a little while, wasn't she?
I don't know. She looked like Ellen.
She looked like Ellen's type.
What was the other movie you mentioned that she was in? That was the one early.
6 Days and 7 Nights with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But she apparently crashed into a garage. Then people came out and like tried to help her, and she fled the scene and crashed into a house, and the house and her and the car caught on fire.
Crazy.
12 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
And then you said there was somebody that a Native American parade.
Yes.
By an SUV or car?
I think it
Car crash?
was SUV. Somebody drove something into a parade.
SUV incident. Well, why does it just say SUV? It's like you don't know who was driving it yet.
Well, no, because that makes it a bigger vehicle. So in your head, it makes it more visceral and like click on it.
It's
Like
the same thing as they did with the parade. Was at Waukesha?
They
They're like,
bury that.
yeah, it's like it was an SUV. It's like why? What was it?
Oh, that was that black nationalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with that guy in New York City.
Why is it saying that? 15 people hurt after SUV barrels. There's something fishy here then. Because they're not saying who's driving the car. And New Mexico, it was probably it was a person of color, probably, if I had to guess. That's why
Cars
they
don't
call it
kill
a
people.
SUV. Because they're not going to say it was a friggin' black person or a friggin' brown person.
Wait. So you're saying that if it was a white person,
They'd be reporting it
would've
was
been-
white. Yeah.
It would instead of SUV, it would have said,
Yeah. White dude plows
"Yeah, I
students.
know."
What I like about you.
Wait. What are you trying to tell me? I'm telling you what I'm telling you. That's a fucking fact, Jack.
I notice. I mean, I hate to sound like that kind of crap, but I notice it. It's
Mm-hmm.
noticeable, man. If you see it in all the stories, like
Yeah. It's when you're looking at a story and you don't see a certain particular piece of information, that's when you like go, wait, why is it being framed this way? Oh, because you're trying to hide something or you don't want some people to know something.
no, you're just like there's an agenda going on, man. That's like at least it feels that way.
It could have been a Native American who was pissed at fucking somebody
From a
in the
different
parade.
tribe.
Yeah.
You know, still holding some.
Or his girlfriend she was in the parade.
Trying
Yeah,
to-
right there. That's why it was an SUV. There's the suspect. He ain't white.
He looks native.
Yeah. You don't look white. If he was white, oh boy, this would be fucking all over MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC.
You guys checked out bitelabs.org?
No.
Human sausage. You can eat your favorite celebrity.
No thanks.
From,
Yeah, you sent me that. You're like, this has got to be a joke.
it's got to be, right?
Oh, did you hear about Eric Adams in New York?
I don't know who-
Mayor,
oh, the
Mayor
mayor,
Adams with the apparently he's wants pictures of applicants for jobs, federal jobs.
What?
So they can hire more diversity. So it's basically
Jesus, you gotta send in
discrimination.
your picture.
It's basically discriminating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be illegal, isn't it?
It's the most ridiculous. Like it's the snake eating its tail again. Like it's just like
Did he show you the Ryan Long thing? Did you see the Ryan Long when a racist and woke person agree?
no.
It was so funny. It's like
I don't know who that
It's just a
is.
bunch of things that. Like,
there's like, oh my god.
that's what happens when you look through the world and through a racist lens all the time.
Yeah, and he's like, that's exactly what I want to do. The woke person saying it, and then so is the
So it's
racist.
a racist, yeah, because they're both extremes.
Well, that's like Richard
They're like,
Spencer.
let's
right?
hire people by their color or something like that. And he's like, yeah, let's
Well,
do that.
What about him? All I know is he's demonized, whoever he is.
Well, he
was a Proud Boys, right?
no,
Oh, okay.
he was the guy that came up with alt right or whatever,
Okay.
and he was Sieg Heiling or whatever, and
Oh, that's the one that you said he switched to vote for Biden.
because he thought he aligned with his agenda more.
And everybody made it out in the media like, look, even a Nazi wants to won't vote for Trump.
Well, that used to be David Duke. Remember? Like every time
Yeah.
David Duke would agree with anyone, then they're like, David Duke supporting him
Announces-
now. They're
yeah.
KKK, and then they have to come out and say, I don't support David Duke or anything he believes in. But it's like, it's like I could just see it's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space when the clowns got like, you've seen that movie. Remember that movie? The
I've
sheriff.
seen it, but I haven't watched it in a long
They
time.
turn the asshole sheriff into a marionette, or not a marionette, but like a puppet. He's got his hand inside him and he's making him talk. and it's just like, I'm sorry. Every time they come out and say, like Snickers coming out and saying they were sorry to China because they said they recognize Taiwan
man.
as a country. I'm like,
Or John Cena.
They mean West Taiwan.
What's that?
They had to apologize to Taiwan for recognizing West Taiwan.
Yes, yeah. They had to apologize to West Taiwan.
I guess I'm never going to China
No.
or anywhere near there.
Nope.
Well, why can't the whole world just
China
why can't
is
we
here,
just be
Mr.
one world government? Boo hoo.
You don't because you can't.
You don't have to go to China.
It's
China's
because of what
here.
we talked about before. It has to do with this basketball girl. People are stupid. You don't understand. There's here in America, you have these rights, and you got they're getting smaller and smaller. People want to give them away nowadays. It seems like, but you go to those other fucking countries, you're basically in a whole different society where they don't give a fuck about what you want to do for the most part.
Dude.
Now, if you think one world government's going to work with those type of people, guess what kind of world you're going to be living in? Not this one, that one.
No.
Well, that's just it. I mean, if you were going to Russia, we're potheads, whatever. You go into Russia, I would look at what their pot laws were before I went there.
Sure.
And she did. You know
Sure.
she looked. She knew what,
Sure.
and she broke the law.
She broke the fucking law. It doesn't matter if she knows or not. Ignorance of the law is not
No,
a-
I
Well,
know,
she's the moron too, denouncing the United States, saying she hates the place.
Who
fucking
said that?
this girl.
This
That's
girl,
why
she
everybody,
said it in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the past like
she
shit
wouldn't
all
stand
over
for
it,
the
like
national
with
anthem.
LeBron.
Yeah.
She's with LeBron. Fucking, the United States is a bunch of racists and this and that, and it's like, and now you hate your own country, and now you're getting fucked by another country. That's why everybody's laughing at you because you just
I
don't.
didn't know anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever.
Icing
I mean,
cake.
She can
It
say
It is icing on a cake.
She's an American. She can say it. She can believe whatever,
Whatever,
she
she
wants.
can say
Exactly,
whatever
but
she
that's the
wants,
point. They
sure.
don't get that.
Yeah.
You can't do that over there. I'm sorry. You can't do that in China.
No.
You can't do that fucking in the Middle East. You dumb
Right.
fuck.
The problem with one world government is that bigger families are harder to raise. So the government can only pay attention to so many people. It can't pay attention to everybody.
Oh, I don't want the government to be my parents.
Well, that's what that would be.
Yeah, I don't.
But that's how it's getting here nowadays, and everybody's rooting for it. Everybody wants fucking big tech to take over the First Amendment
Why?
because
Fuck that.
Alex fucking Jones,
Why the hell? would you-
AJ, he's
AJ.
destroying society.
Why would you want a corporation to be in charge of you? Like, what makes you think that a board of directors has your best interest in mind?
Because you're a fucking mutt.
That's right, because it's idiocracy, and your name
I
might
mean,
as well be fucking Frito.
That's like these people that agree with fucking 9 out of 10 fucking news stations and fucking J.C. Penney and Best Buy, and it's like, what? When your fucking political views line up with Best Buy, there's fucking issues, man. Like,
Yeah, you're
when
not.
you and Walmart are on the same page.
You're not raging against
Walmart's
the
not
machine.
progressive.
When you and the richest man in the world are on the same fucking page. It's like,
Well,
kinda
that's
like,
just it. They're not progressive, man.
no,
They're not
they
like
just show progressive.
exactly. They're doing it for your fucking money. You're a useful idiot.
No, they have my best interests in mind.
I know they do. Sure.
They care about me. They changed their social profile to a flag of
Well, that's like
many
what
colors.
you see as Che shirt for sale, right? We've all seen that, right?
Which one?
Shay,
Oh yeah, people wear his shirts all the time.
you
Or
see them for sale. and you're
30
like,
years.
It's
Yeah, I know.
come on, you're killing me here.
Yeah.
Some woman, this reminded me, some woman took a picture of, I don't think she must have not known. This was on Facebook. She took a picture of West Point, and it was a sunrise, and it was a nice, beautiful picture. I mean, we live in a nice area. And she puts peaceful on it. I'm just like, all these people, there was 400, nobody said anything about this. And I'm like going on Google Earth to make sure it is West
Of course you
Point.
did. Like,
I'm lining it up and shit. And so I'm like, I couldn't fucking help myself.
And what happened? You got downvoted into
Oh, yeah,
oblivion. Oh yeah, downvoted into the fucking abyss.
I stop myself a lot from commenting. Well, not too much anymore. I've gotten over it, but to the point where it took a while to stop wasting your time fucking disagreeing with people on social media, because it's like they're just so fucking brainwashed.
I didn't disagree with her.
No, you pointed out something that is completely
ironic.
fucking ironic about what you just said.
Yeah.
And it's also hypocritical in some ways too. And when you point it out, it's like goes
I
right
couldn't
over the
decide if
fucking
it was fitting, because it is peaceful, and maybe that's why it is peaceful here, because those guys are there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're looking way too deep into it.
I did.
I know. On
I
purpose.
thought that.
Because she's just taking a beauty. She sees the big picture. She sees, the forest. She sees the beauty of this landscape. But you're seeing it for the trees instead.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, well, but there's, these other layers here.
So many fucking things, that are said on the internet every day that it's just people are fucking just their brains aren't working.
Before the internet, we never had these kind of discussions. People express their views. Other people, that happened, but it wasn't like, I can't remember like getting into intense like political arguments or discussions with my friends. Like,
Well, I think what the scummy part of it is how it's been algorithmized to fucking be like, well, this side here, they have big reach, This other side though, who we don't like the patriotism or we don't like the fucking people questioning stuff. We just like people fucking sharing the fucking cat video. So let's throttle that other information down.
I like the cat videos.
I do too.
I can't help it.
Especially when they put the pickles behind them.
I tried that with mine like years ago, and it didn't affect them.
Didn't work.
No, it didn't work on mine. But it's funny seeing it in the videos. They get
Like,
shook.
what the
They
fuck?
shook because they think it's a snake or something. It's funny, a big snake too, because it would be like a cucumbers like that pat around.
Yeah, they get freaked out by it.
Yeah, it's instinct. It just jump straight up in the
But
air.
that's the only thing I don't like about the social media. Is in general, it's supposed to be a public square, but it's like, it's unfairly or like fucking, what the fuck is it? It's just rigged, I guess you could say in some ways.
It's fake. I mean, we live out here, and it's the interactions you have with the same people that have tribalized on Facebook into like their different like tribes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like their interactions with them out here are different than that. They're not like that in there. But when they're in there, that's the scary part of it. That's how like everybody wants the world to be.
What, the Facebook?
The way it is in Facebook.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
well,
Because as you're free to do whatever and say whatever,
That's
blah,
not
blah,
true.
it's
I guess maybe it is in your bubble.
in a way.
In your own bubble.
Well, it's
In a
also
way,
kind
in
of
the
like
bubble,
it's
like,
also
I'm not-
been like what traditionally you're not supposed to talk about politics and fucking
Religion, yeah. It was like a
Religion.
social
Here's one
faux
that's been
pas.
killing
But
me
it's
about
okay
religion
online to
lately.
do that.
Oh, online, it's like great. Now you can
Yeah.
you can yell at like this person that
Yeah,
you wouldn't do.
I hate you.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
because you believe in God.
Or they're like writing with the claps in there in between each word.
I
And,
wish
like,
I could hit everybody with fucking as hard as I could that puts a clap emoji in their fucking.
But they wouldn't do that to the person if they were having this
I
discussion
just wish
in
it
the
was
parking lot
legal
of the
to
gas
do it.
station.
I wish it was legal.
I see this meme a lot. It talks about
You don't know what I'm saying.
talking about taxing the churches, and I remember years ago when I was reading those Malachi Martin books. Malachi Martin was a Jesuit priest. He was on the Holy See. He was basically like their psyops guy.
All right, where are we going with this?
He
Took control of
in the 60s wanted the churches taxed in the United States because even though the Vatican was one of the biggest landowners in the U.S., they had the money to pay the taxes, and they knew that the other Christian churches wouldn't. They would eventually go under.
Oh wow. Okay.
and
Hence.
So while I see people like who are very like anti-religion put that up, and I'm like, after I read that book and I realized like, all right, so those churches that are like self-funded, like the synagogues, right?
yeah.
They'll still be around. The Catholic Church will be around because they can pay for it forever. They got billions of followers outside the country, or whatever, a billion. You know,
So that was his angle, like
Well,
as
yeah,
far as
and now I see people pushing for that again, and I'm like, shit, dude.
that would really fuck shit up.
I mean, these people are good, man. Like this is
They're
all
good.
It's all Hegelian dialect the whole way. They're good. They've got this shit all sussed out. Like
Because I've been
societal engineering.
we've talked about that recently, or for the past few months on the show. Is like I wondered where that angle's coming from in the hive mind, why people have been turned against religion so much. It's like the hive mind's fucking nuts when it comes to religion.
Oh yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
all the wars in the world,
Well, yeah,
all
it's
this and
fucking so
that, and it's like all
ridiculous.
these memes coming through. Like it's
Yeah.
like your grandparents were religious, or they still are, and they're the sweetest people on earth, but you fucking hate religion, and you're a piece of shit.
Well, it's a communal thing.
There's a
You know, even if you don't believe in it, you would be a part of the church anyway, and you just because you're
But-
part of the community.
Just him saying that angle is like that's perfect angle because that's
Right.
like let's get rid of all these other religions.
right, and if,
Fucking-
like if you notice, there's not much difference like today, and like
That's a
between
s-
the Protestants, all the things that they protested are pretty much gone, except for the Pope. Well, depends how you view it.
It's that's a psyop angle.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's
What's
a Hegelian
psyop mean?
Hegelian dialect. You know, create a demand for something and then come up with a solution, and then it benefits you in the end anyway.
And that explains to me exactly because I know most shit on social media is not organic. It's being pushed by a fucking somebody that's paying
Oh, yeah.
to push the buttons.
We live in a weird time because like we have two things that happened on a global scale relatively closely together. They were like 20 some odd years apart. But the return of the Papal States, right? So throughout most of the modern era, there's been Papal States, right? You know, since AD, right? For most of that, there was Papal States, right?
Okay.
And that gave the Vatican sovereignty, right? And that fucks everything up because now they have a secular power, right? Now they're involved in fucking espionage and
Yeah.
fucking
They might as well be
banking,
like a
and-
government.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever see Hudson Hawk?
I don't, I don't think so. Was that Bruce
Hidden
Willis?
gem of the
No,
80s.
Ethan
Great
Hawke,
movie.
right?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, right? Another one is the big one is the return of Israel. You know, Israel was gone for 5,000 years. And this isn't like bringing Poland back, right? After World War One, where they brought Poland back after 600 years or whatever. It was like a principality or some shit. But this is like now we just gave it to them. Just fucking gave it to them. Broke up the Ottoman Empire and gave them Israel, Palestine, whatever.
So what's your
End game here.
Yeah.
what are you saying here? Is the church is doing it on purpose?
Well, it's just that there's all these new secular powers. Yeah, the church is doing a lot of shit on purpose.
Yeah.
They've dealt this shit
Just
out.
like in Hudson Hawk.
I don't know. I didn't see that. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I know it's got Ethan Hawke in it, right?
Negative.
No? Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis
All right. Well, whoever the fuck is in it.
and Danny Aiello. Is
Yeah.
that his name?
Yep. Danny Aiello.
But I mean,
And
you know,
Andy McDowell.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know, star-studded cat. I wonder that. Yeah, they panned the shit out of that movie. When it
I
came
love
out.
that movie. That movie's so fucking far ahead of its time. You watch it now, you're like, this might as well be a Marvel movie.
Yeah, they panned it. They
Mhm.
panned it to death because for some reason I don't know. That was
It was
one
just
of
too fucking. It's more or less like a Big Trouble in Little China movie, where it's not for retard like people that are just normal. Like there's too much stuff going on. I can't fucking follow it.
What does it even mean? China is here.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Love him.
But it's just funny. Like, you know, art imitates life. That's why I keep bringing that up, is because the church obviously fucking, like you said, is into espionage. And
oh yeah,
you
the
watch like the
Jesuits.
Godfathers
Yeah.
and shit like that. It's like they're right in there.
They've been for a while now. I mean, you know, it used to be like the Crusaders, right? They did all that shit, and they also set up banking, and then the Jesuits came around, and they became like assassins, hitmen, espionage, spies, right? You know, and, I mean, even the SS was fashioned after the Jesuit order, right? You know, it's the only Catholic order that has military titles. And, you know, the Catholics, well, I'm a Sedevacanist, whatever, which basically means I don't really trust the popes after, like, Pope John Paul the First. I think they're all compromised. Yeah.
So that's going.
Well,
back
that's
to the
part of like
50s?
The 70s.
70s.
Well, what I forget one of Nostradamus's prophecies was like there's going to be the last pope, or maybe it wasn't Nostradamus. That was
allegedly
that was a different
Saint
prophet.
Malachi.
Saint Malachi, yeah.
Said that this would be the last pope, and they're not really sure if that's true or not. But you know, that's I forget the fuck it's called. It's like Equerity or something. There's this whole Jesuit narrative, right, where this is going to be the last pope, right? This is Peter Romanus. We're living in the times of the Antichrist. The Antichrist is coming back. And there was, you know, there's always like pin the tail on the Antichrist. You know, they're always like trying to guess who it is.
Yeah,
Pin the tail
totally.
on the
And there's
Antichrist.
nothing in the
Let's
Bible.
make that a video
There's
game.
nothing in the Bible about saying that this is coming back and, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. They just shit they made up afterwards.
Mhm.
And so, like, you know, it was Bush, it was Obama, it was, you know,
Yeah.
Trump, it's Putin, it's fucking Angela Merkel,
it's
whoever.
Xi Jinping.
Whoever, right? And they're always like trying
Pin the tail.
they're always playing pin the tail on the
You know, the
Antichrist.
boogeyman scenario.
And so, you know, sometimes it's a Muslim cleric or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just come to the realization that we just live in one big psyop.
Oh, that definitely.
That's all it is.
No doubt.
Now
no
that is.
doubt.
Everything since you've been a kid.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been working
starting with us, especially.
And this is what I'm getting at. Like these powers that have these beliefs, you know, the Jewish people have their own beliefs. They're in charge of Israel. They don't look like their neighbors. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, so
It's a serious land grab, dude.
yeah. Guess I'm never going in there. No, I think it should be allowed. You know, they should have their own state.
You can go there. You'd be fine over there.
I hope so.
Quentin Tarantino lives there.
Does he?
Like, yeah, like people go, like you would be fine.
But what I'm
Like you
getting
said-
at-
like you said, dude, never mind. Go for it.
Now these belief systems are being pushed secularly, and you know, it's all fucking shadow work.
Shadows and dust, Maximus.
That's it, man. It's shadow work, man.
Shadows and dust.
You got people pushing these agendas.
Maximus. I haven't watched that in a while.
And the-
Gladiator.
Great.
The church is all
movie.
filled with like
Yeah.
they're money laundering, they're trafficking, they're doing all kinds of fucked up shit. You know,
Yeah, of course.
satanic rituals.
It's never stopped.
No,
It's been going on since medieval
going on,
times.
right,
It's like
yes.
never. It's not stopping. It's
Well, when we talk about like the living in a psyop, it's like
living in a side. That's a great.
living in a psyop.
It's a great '80s song. Like you make it, living inside, make it fun too, like a Huey Lewis like kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Living.
But like all television, radio, all that stuff was created by the army during fucking wartime, and when it was time to like deploy it to the people that were in command of the fucking stuff in the army were the same ones who got the CEO jobs when it came to fucking bringing it to the public. They were the fucking, oh, well, you know what you're doing, Bob. Why don't you go over there and set up NBC for us?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like General so-and-so is like the first fucking owner
Yes.
of like all these big, and then you got
Right.
Hollywood and all
Hollywood.
this stuff is like, it's all made to
Michael
give people
Aquino,
messages.
right? What's that guy's name? Michael Aquino?
St. Thomas Aquinas.
No, General Michael.
Thomas Aquinas.
General Michael Aquino. Right?
Like Arnold.
That's yeah. What was it? It was in that one movie. He says that.
End of days,
End of
probably.
days,
if,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
if it was gonna be anyone, yeah.
General Michael Aquino was a U.S. general who was in the Church of Satan, right, or whatever. Then he set up the Church of Set or whatever.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
a turn.
He was associated with Anton LaVey. I guess he hung out with Sammy Davis Jr. too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember
Groovy, man.
I love Sammy. Sammy's
I saw this thing where like he like
Sammy's cool as hell.
Yeah, he was.
Eddie Murphy's talking about meeting Sam, and he's like, you know, Satan's as powerful as God. man."
Wow,
yeah.
man.
I guess he said that to
He's
Eddie.
preaching.
Oh yeah, But
Satan's
anyway,
Jehovah's.
Michael Aquino was his general, and he wrote a lot about psychological warfare. That was his department, right, or whatever. And he worked with guys in NSA, and was connected to a bunch of fucking child disappearances.
Perfect.
Well, they worship Moloch.
And he had these he had a really unique look. Like he had these eyebrows that went straight up,
Like the guy from Dune.
kind of, yeah.
That guy.
Who is it?
Epic
DeVille, the one over in friggin' Britain, Great Britain, Jimmy DeVille or something.
Seville.
Oh, Seville.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he was awful.
Well, it's like all that stuff is come out, and it's like people are still like, "Oh, you're crazy conspiracy theorist," and it's like, "Am I? I mean,
Right.
am I?"
Well,
They're getting busted every week.
That's
Wow.
you
can
Alex
see it
was
in
on
the
the
news.
stand this week, and
Alex fucking lit somebody up good.
the prosecutor's like, is it true that you believe that there's political elites who are grooming and practicing pedophilia? And Alex goes, you mean like Jeffrey Epstein and the Clintons?
He goes, you mean like Epstein and the Clintons?
He's a fucking.
That killed me.
Dude, that fucking prosecutor, or whoever the fuck lawyer was, probably like, oh fuck, I just got owned.
Shit himself.
You mean like Jeffrey Epstein and the Clintons? Oh man.
What do you think about that Alex and what is it? Bill was a conspiracy theory?
How much did they say he had to pay?
I don't know.
47 million.
47. It was only like 4.5 the other day. Now it's 47.
Well, it's
I'm
a
saying.
different suit or something. I
Jesus
don't know. Man.
Christ.
Yeah, but apparently he's worth 145. So he says.
Well, supposedly the CIA's giving him money through Bitcoin, and he's
What?
like, he didn't say it like that, but he's just like, I don't know, the money just appeared in my Bitcoin purse, and he's like, when I cashed out was the exact amount I needed to pay off all these lawsuits and lawyers, and he's like, now you tell me who fucking could have done that. It's like they knew the fucking exact amount I needed.
Down to the penny.
Yeah, he's like CIA or I don't know, but I'll take it.
I'll take it. Oh, that's great, but I'll take it. He's a fucking character. That
David
dude.
Knight got so pissed at that.
At what?
At that statement, because I guess he was working for him at that time.
Yeah,
Look, I hate you.
David Knight. Fuck.
He
Yeah.
hates Alex now.
Why? What happened with them?
They had a falling out somewhere.
Well, of course, but
Who's David Knight?
It's another guy that does something very similar to Alex.
yeah, he used to be on the InfoWars channel with his Knight, whatever the fuck it's called.
Michael Knight's brother.
Michael Knight's brother. In a world.
Dun, 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 dun.
Kit. So, yeah, that's funny. He owned them with the fucking, and then they did the da 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 with the fucking gang, whatever glasses in the joint.
8-bit glasses.
Yeah, you mean like Jeffrey Epstein and the Clintons? What a fucking nut job. And he was treating that whole fucking thing. He did not give them any fucking leeway. When they were trying to fuck with him, he'd fuck with them right back.
Was he? I didn't pay attention. I just know he's a character.
It was like he had went to the dentist or something like that, and the judge was like, could you please stop chewing gum? And he's like, I'm not. He's like, well, what's in your mouth? He's like, well, I went to the dentist and I got some gauze. You want to see? And he starts reaching. She's like, no, I don't want to see that. Look. He's like, okay, yeah, you fucking.
The fucked up part about that, he wasn't allowed to say he was innocent.
Well, not in the court. That's what I come to find out. He could do it on his website or whatever, but in court, he wasn't allowed to say he was innocent.
That can't be legal.
Why? I don't understand.
How is that legal?
I don't know.
Was it a fucking military tribunal? How is the fuck is that legal? That's not legal anywhere in the United States. Maybe on a res, I don't know, but beyond that,
it was a woke judge, so she was just running roughshod, I guess, on the whole fucking thing.
Where the fuck?
Because she hates his guts. Because obviously he's
the Marinara Lions.
He's the embodiment of
where in
fucking.
America did this go down? Samoa. Like, what the fuck?
American Samoa.
We could have hooked that place up.
I know. There's a bunch of places we could have hooked up.
We should have, because fucking China.
No shit.
And come on, New Zealand. Get off the fucking
How
pot.
about the friggin'
Jesus Christ.
this is a good story. I like this the Democrat mayors of DC or no, we talked about that last week. Yeah, they were friggin' crying because of all the immigration being sent to them
that
from
happened.
Arizona
Yeah.
and
It happened in New York this week, too.
mm-hmm.
It's going to break us. Well, how the fuck you think Texas feels in Arizona?
Yeah, you fucking idiots. Oh, and Biden building the wall.
Yeah,
Now-
Biden's building
Oh,
that
he's still
wall.
building it?
Oh,
he
yeah.
just fucking ordered the Department of Defense to finish building
Build
Trump's
that
wall.
wall.
You can't make this shit up, dude.
Get the
Dude.
fuck out. Why? Wait,
There's so much of this shit. I mean, look at fucking Germany, right?
Oh,
Germany's
God.
going to freeze to fucking death this summer, right? Because they don't want to buy Russian oil because they're completely dependent on Russian oil right now. They're shutting down all their fucking nuclear plants. They've told people to start burning wood again.
Oh man.
Wood is like a big carbon footprint. Like fucking oil and methane is less. Like nuclear is none. What the fuck is going on? Shit is so backwards. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna flour food next year. Fucking what the fuck? Patriot Supply now. Get that peace of mind. Patriot Supply.
What the fuck?
We're gonna be sponsored by Patriot Supply.
what the hell is Patriot Supply?
It's a
Prepper-
storable food. Yeah,
prepper
preppers.
stuff.
Food,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's just preppers gear in general, but they have food. Yes, they also have generators, water purifiers.
Well, what was it? New York Times or was it Washington Post? Fucking ran an article about fucking cannibalism. Like it's
yeah, like it's gonna be trendy or whatever. I mean, this shit's crazy.
What?
People eating bugs.
Cannibalism.
Why?
Because they're gonna fucking starve us to death. It's gonna be like fucking the
and
Holodomor in
they're
Ukraine.
gonna tell you it's okay. You can start eating people.
Yeah, it's okay. Because they want to kill a lot of people. That's why.
Georgia Guidestones got blown up. That was nice.
That,
Yeah, that's a good
that
one.
happened a while ago, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was ridiculous because wasn't
Some people,
who blew it up? It was
nobody knows, right?
because there was a religious aspect to that. There was also a racial aspect to that could have blown it up. Nobody knows who did it.
Yeah, I just like that it got fucking blown up.
I'm glad about that too.
Because the guy who built it was a scumbag.
Whoever it was.
Yeah, it was some Masonic bullshit. These fucking people. Goddamn fucking Masons.
They're in every town
Well, they are, and that's the problem.
across the U.S.
Organizations organize
They're-
things on
They're
purpose.
everywhere.
And I'm not saying all the Masons are nefarious or whatever, or malicious, but some are. I mean,
But when you come out with a robe and a deer head and
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I like all that weird old timey like ceremony and stuff. I respect it on everybody's shit because I think it's just all cool. But
we're not going to start living like the Romans did.
I mean, what power do they really have in your small town?
That's not it. Just think about it. If you're big in the lodge, you have an agenda, personal agenda, and now you have all these people helping you. You can pass that agenda on to the next generation. I mean, these organizations have goals that are like hundreds of years.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna take 1,000 years for us to get this taken care of.
It's the long game. The slow cook.
I got time.
Well, look at
Slow
Moses Hess,
burn.
right? Moses Hess was talking about one world government, communism, wiping out Slavs, right? Fucking.
Well,
What about General Byrd
well, the
in
end-
Operation High Jump?
Well, Bird's an interesting character.
I guess that caught Joe by surprise this week. I saw somebody told Joe about Operation High Jump, and he was like, "I never heard of it." I'm like, "Really, Rogan? You never heard of
Oh, Joe
Operation High
Rogan.
Jump?"
I feel like I just heard about this last week. Refresh me.
All right, so General Byrd was
It's like what the Transformers movie was based off of.
he was an explorer, and he had gone to the North Pole.
No, South Pole.
I'm getting to that.
Oh,
He
he's
had
going.
gone to the North Pole, and he
Okay.
claimed that there was a hole in the center of the earth. They flew his plane down in it. So they sent him after 1947 or so, I think it was. They sent him to fucking
South Pole.
Argentina, and they went to the South Pole, and he set up a camp, and he came back early.
Because it got driven off by fucking UFOs.
He didn't say UFOs.
Nazis UFOs.
Nazi UFOs.
He said
Nazi
that,
like that movie, the moon
Yes.
where the Nazis are living on the dark
he
side.
basically said that they were facing a superior technology that could traverse the pole to pole in 60 seconds or something.
But yeah, he took a whole fucking fleet of here. I'll show you a picture of the fucking fleet he
He
took.
had like 70 ships or whatever. He had an armada with him, and they got chased off by a few of these ships.
superior technology. Yeah.
coming out of a hole in the poles.
Well,
In the
supposedly,
South Pole.
supposedly that was the North Pole. The South Pole, they went on land, and then supposedly too, like
Swaziland.
he was taking to like some city, and then fucking by a UFO, and that was Nazis controlled or something, or had a swastika on it at least. And then when he returned, his men were in a firefight with him, and then
Right.
they fucking retreated.
It was very similar to Phil Schneider's account in ways.
Where's his fucking?
What happened to Phil Schneider?
Phil Schneider was allegedly a engineer, right? A geophysicist engineer, who was building deep underground military bases for the military, and he said that underneath this mountain in between Colorado and New Mexico, some kind of mesa. I can't remember. What it's
Oh, you're
called.
talking about the. I know what you're talking about.
Archipelago Mesa or some shit.
Texas.
No, it's in
No,
between
that would be
New Mexico and
what you say,
Colorado.
They would mesas there, yeah.
That there was this underground base where they were drilling a hole down, and he was getting lowered down. They said the stench was awful, and that he encountered these aliens, and they got into a firefight. There was a battle, and some Marine or some military guy saved his life by pushing him away and sending him up the elevator. And he said he shot two with, I can't remember what the weapon he had.
A cobalt weapon.
Well, he also said he got shot
Was
by a
that the-
laser beam.
He got
or
hit
something
by a
like that.
laser.
Yeah, it was the cobalt.
And it
gun.
cut his fingers off,
Right.
and it made a mark on
Right.
his chest.
So he was talking about these underground bases and underground highway systems, military industrial complex.
And how does this tie into high jump?
It doesn't
'Cause
really. It's just similar, like
Similar aliens underground.
That's what high jump is.
Yeah, that they were coming up out of Antarctica underground. They were living under there or something.
But anyways, this guy, yeah, he was what the fuck's the name of that goddamn? I was just watching it like 2 days ago, but yeah, he said he went down in there and there was a fucking alien, basically horde, fucking. There's some,
Just mulling around, going about their business. Somebody's doing laundry. Somebody's making dinner.
I don't know what. Yeah,
Somebody's like,
Yeah, but Schneider, the interesting thing about Schneider is that he was saying that the aliens were harvesting adrenochrome, and he was saying this in the 90s.
and then he also
so
like
could that be like one of the seeds that like spawned like these future
Sure.
conspiracies that
Could've.
like,
Sure.
we hear about now?
he also
like, it could've-
died though.
Sure, but
The
It
dude-
could have telephone game into what it is today over
yeah,
20
but
years.
it's not that Schneider came up with it.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first person to talk about it. Well, obviously Hunter S. Thompson talked about it, right?
Yeah.
And Fear and Loathing. George Harrison was asked about it once in the 60s or 70s. And it also has changed names. It's had different names, the substance.
I'll be honest, I never heard about that stuff until Fear and Loathing.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah, I never
me
ever
neither.
heard about anyone doing that. And I heard about a lot of drugs and all sorts of weird shit and designer drugs, and people had books and all sorts of stuff on weird drugs. But no, that like, I never ever heard of it until I saw that movie. And then after that, I just started hearing about more and more. And now you hear about it all the time. It's,
Right. I mean, yeah, any one of those could be some. But there's also in older movies with like witch doctors. They call it something else. I forget what it's called. You know.
well, it's not like an uncommon. That's like you can go probably really far back. surmising, but like, we're feeding off of fear. It's
Sure.
an ancient trope.
Sure.
It's like
Getting your brain eaten by zombies.
Getting like, but still, like, some beings that like feed off of that kind of negative pain and emotion, and like stuff like that. That's
demons,
demons,
jinns,
yeah, all sorts of stuff.
With the exception of what's his name?
Demonads,
Jins.
What's his name there?
Daemons.
What the hell's that Jin's name?
Which one?
The bad one.
Don't know. Beetlejuice.
He was in Muslim lore, Islamic lore. There's a jinn. He's basically Lucifer.
Okay.
So instead of an angel, he's a jinn, and jinn are like inherently evil, right? And this one's not, and God like promotes him, right? And he promotes him ahead of all the angels, and all the angels get jealous of him and shit. And yada yada. And he's like the most perfect of beings. He's basically Lucifer.
There's a high jump picture.
Okay.
And so,
yeah, they got some dudes. There's like 30 guys there. I mean, that's like, first off, that's extremely.
he had more than 30 guys.
Extremely inhospitable place, man.
He could have been hallucinating for all we know. Yeah,
but I'm not saying
like
that,
I said,
but that at all.
But like I said, it's surprising that not more people have heard about it because it was the basis for like the second or third Transformers movie. Like it's fucking, they had to go to the Antarctica to find the special thing.
I didn't see the third one. Yeah, I stopped after 2.
And I think they even mentioned Admiral Byrd.
The Operation High Jump. Supposedly the Nazis escaped fucking.
Or they made a deal with aliens and.
Which,
dude, and
Warner Bros. Said they did.
Speaking of the shitty movie, the alien on the moon or like Nazis on the moon.
Yeah, what is that? Like,
I don't know, but I feel I've tried to watch one before. It's really fucking bad. I think I saw Tom Green in one of them, and I was just like, I tried to watch it to be like, are they trying to sneak some shit in here? Like through the fucking outsides of the.
Well, that's the thing. Like
I gotta go look at this shit, but I couldn't watch it. I was like, this
there's a
sucks.
historical rewrite, kind of like Christopher Columbus, involving space and the Nazis. So we took V2 rockets, right?
From Werner von Braun.
Well, he was the one that made them, but we took some from Germany. We captured some.
Okay, that's how we back engineered them.
Well, we also got the scientists, but that's not the point.
What I mean. Like, yeah. Like...
The point is that we had some V2 rockets.
Gotcha.
All right, from Germany, right, and captured some of the parts and things. And one of the things that we captured was a V2 rocket that was spent, but it had film in it of going to space.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So now they think that the Nazis made it to space. I don't know if we're gonna ever see that historical rewrite or not, but they had the film. I mean,
if Nazis made it to space first, then they should be the ones who get credit for making it to space first. Sadly, but that's who did it.
Well, I mean, there's so much fucking stuff that's out there that you could be like, you see that, and it's like you hear this, you hear that, and it's like, yeah, it's all fucking fantastical to think about, but it's
humanity deserves that, if in a way, because.
Yeah, but
that's us too. We
what?
It's like space is a human thing. It's
well,
not.
Let's just say
it's
that
it's not a German thing. It's not a Chinese thing. It's not an American thing.
It's a hologram, man.
It's a human thing. No, and it's like that's
just a hologram.
People. The Nazis were the ones who got there first, and that's the triumph. You have to be reminded that humans are terrible.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be hubris.
Well, what I'm saying is like. It's fantastical to think about all this stuff and what is real in the past and what is being keeping from the people. Who the fuck knows? I mean, it's so crazy. Anything could be possible if you're like fucking,
Right.
If it's like, if there's such things as aliens, anything is fucking possible. We're really, truly enslaved minds.
Right. Anything is possible.
So let's just hope there aren't aliens.
I want to get to a couple of things first. So I did watch that video. It's like in black and white. It's not much to see.
Well, it's like the Mars one. Have you ever seen the one where they
special unit
where they go to Mars?
Soviets in America, yeah.
But it's like they're looking out a little box window.
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty convincing.
Mm-hmm. And that's like something like All right. So if I showed you a painting of let's just say I showed you a painting of some politician doing something really
Right.
disgusting, right?
Does that make it real?
Does that make it real? Right. Now, we're of the mindset of photographs are real, right?
Mhm.
Most of the time. But the technology is becoming so available and so convincing now with video, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be able to do anything.
Right. We have to start thinking of as like video as almost like
Fake.
Right. That's not going to make all the videos fake.
Yeah.
Right.
But anything can be fake.
Yeah, you just have to pay attention more, look a little closer,
Right.
or whatever, into it more. I mean, because I've seen some of that, like some AI videos there.
Yeah, AI, deep fakes, fucking, and the voice changing, fucking. Dude, Adobe had the voice changing thing out like 10 years ago, and they
Right.
took it off the market because it's just too powerful for
Yeah.
people to have. But
It was like the stuff we were talking about on the ride home from Jeff's the other week, 2 weeks ago, or whatever. It's like that, all that kind of crap. That's like they can. I was watching somebody was like.
I mean, if
I
I
was
w-
like me like this right now with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and I'm talking and they're talking. They're doing the same exact things I'm doing. Exactly. It
Yeah.
looks like they're. I am.
it's just you need a powerful computer, that's all. And sometimes you don't even need a powerful computer. You just got to have the fucking know-how, and you can do it in the cloud.
in the cloud, man.
Right.
Fucking clouds,
Okay,
man.
here's a fucking cloud.
Here's a fucking cloud. I got your cloud right
Look
here.
at your cloud right here. You gotta add a lot of breath into it to get that cloudiness.
So, as you were saying, Barnes,
Yeah. So I just got to like, because I find some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're always looking.
I am looking for it. I'm looking
You
for
are.
the secrets. And I just got to remind myself that, even though I'm not, sure, I do kind of believe half the shit I see. But you always got to remind yourself it might be fake.
like this one right here, Michelle Obama registered to vote as a man in 1994.
I mean, come on. Those like see, those are the like I like those because those are like that's like a weekly world news headline.
Oh, it's like Cracked or Mad Magazine.
No, it really is. It's like we had that shit growing up. I mean, you're gonna see Bat Boy next to that. Like it's totally cool. Like those are meant to be laughed at. Like it's like
Oh god.
we know that's not true.
There's that one
Oh god.
one Ellen DeGeneres video. Could be anything. Looked like a penis. Could be anything.
Oh, that was a pretty convincing video.
That's the only one that I was like,
Something's flopping around in her pants.
Yeah.
She's dancing around.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Could be
my.
anything.
Oh my.
Could be some kind of tracking device or something.
A tracking device. From what, her master?
Yeah, man. They don't let these people wander. That's the reason why I know that fucking I saw Hillary Clinton breaking the law. The only time I ever saw her.
Jesus. This
You-
again.
You can tune.
I'm not suicidal.
Jack was saying something about that.
You
this-
can tune into episode 1, 2, 4, 7, 13, 22, 24, and now 25.
Oh man, what was Jack saying? Something about the Hillary story. I forget. What?
I was telling you that because I told him that. Well, no, I didn't get a chance to tell him. But I missed the show because I overslept a couple weeks ago because I took a nap in the afternoon and I woke up and the show was on. I was like, oh shit. And when it was on, it was you telling the Hillary story again. This was 3 weeks ago. And Brandon said just what I did. He's like, all right, Barnes, everyone knows. You can see it. I'm like, I just started laughing so loud. I was like, oh, man. But you're like, hey, man, somebody might not have heard it.
You're right.
But then,
You're
now
right. That's why we're gonna just start putting the little
it's going to be a daily.
annotations in there.
It's going to be the weekly. Okay, here's weekly Hillary story.
I should just do that. I should like load it up into the
Have a tick across the bottom.
ticker tape across the bottom.
Have it like, yeah, well, so Hillary Clinton, I was driving next. You're gonna,
That's
that would
great.
be great. Have a little ticker right under there with some of the old standbys.
Oh man,
This shit's happening though, man. I'm telling you.
I know, and they're out there breaking the law every day.
breaking the law. Breaking
Big,
the law.
Big Christian movement going on in Malawi.
What?
Well, Africa's got a large Christian population in some of the country.
Some of the countries. Right?
It's like Ethiopia, right? Is
Well,
extremely-
yeah.
They have the Ark of the Covenant, supposedly.
They've always been Christian. They're the first Christian base. Ethiopia.
That's amazing.
They've never been colonized either. Coincidence?
Believe it or not.
Monrovia has never been colonized, or Liberia, whatever the hell it's called. There's two.
I know. Liberia is just a
Shithole, but
it's a personal.
it's because of James Monroe. Who was that?
Who? Where?
Well,
What?
Monroe
When?
doctor guy, President Monroe.
Who? There was somewhere. Some president sent Africans to Africa and gave them a country. Took over some land on the coast. They wanted to get more. They couldn't. And they formed Liberia. And the capital's Monrovia after James Monroe. And they've never been colonized.
Because
They're Americans? In Africa?
yep. What is this?
I was gonna scroll around here on the old dumpster fire that is Facebook to see if I could find something that really pisses me off.
Well, that won't take very long.
I'm trying, sometimes it's real easy, and then sometimes it's like it's just not that,
And there's wholesome shit like that.
Here's something I saw on Facebook that pissed me off.
Love it.
It was
What
talking
that?
about the
IO
public
in the
transit,
background?
the public transit system in Switzerland.
What about it?
They were just saying like how great is it that Switzerland has this public transit system.
It's the size of.
Fucking upstate New York,
It's
not
the
even.
size of Pennsylvania.
Not even, dude. I true sized it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it goes from, and it's not a straight line, so it's a little hard to say, but it basically goes from like Bennington, Vermont, just on the New York side. You can fit it all in New York. Bennington, Vermont, or whatever that is on this side, Rensselaer.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it does like kind of like a weird thing to like Ithaca,
Yeah.
like a arc, and then it's pretty much a straight shot to Syracuse, Lake George, a little bit up into the Adirondacks, and that's it.
Wow, that's tiny.
Oh, it's fucking way tiny.
That's tiny.
2 hours. 2 or 3 hours maybe.
So yeah, of course you have a great public
Transit
transportation
system. It's fucking tiny.
Yeah, it's micro. I love that.
Micro systems.
Remember the micro machines, dude?
They were great.
Talk all super fast. That's that guy's shtick. There's a market for that.
I mean, that's a distance that people walk across in a week. Like.
Yeah, you could probably walk across Switzerland.
I mean,
3BG.
And granted, it's mostly mountains, so like
thumbs down that shit.
Yeah, BG's Brittany, whatever her name is, Griner or something, Griner. Yeah,
I think it sucks that she is there and has to do the time in a Russian fucking gulag. But
it sucks to me. This is what sucks: is that people are so stupid they'll get in trouble without being aware how dumb they are. That's what sucks.
I mean,
People, like society in general, has become so fucking just jelly brain dead. I don't know what you want to call it, but you're just not using your fucking brain.
Do you not think one of her teammates said something to her?
I don't know. I'd have that would.
I don't know how tight professional teams are.
It seems like it would make sense if one of her friends or somebody would be like, "Oh, you should probably be careful."
I've only been on teams with people that are my friends or acquaintances that I, what I'm
well,
saying?
maybe none of them like her, and they're like, "Oh,
UK's getting tougher and tougher on China.
Good. We are, so they are.
Was there a primary in Arizona for governor?
Yeah, what's her name? Carrie something or other just won. I saw Kane just
Carrie
won.
Lake?
Carrie Lake, yeah. And Kane just won his re-election, the ex-WWE superstar.
Kane is
Oh, yeah. He's like governor in Tennessee or something. Or not governor, but like a small little town mayor or something. I don't know.
Oh, he was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Carrie Lake was the it's like the full force of the media was behind stopping her from running or getting picked because she says she talks the crazy stuff. as nobody wants to hear any of that bullshit. She's crazy.
You know, if that's just it, if nobody wants to hear the crazy, then crazy wouldn't be heard. You know, there wouldn't be platforms. There wouldn't be putting our voices out there.
I think it's called being over the target, and I'm going to make a meme with Alex Jones over Target.
That's
The store. It's called being over the target. When
You
you're
see-
over the target,
I can see his sweaty face, like, and then it's just like
why would people want you to shut up if you're not? If it's fucking.
maybe they don't like to hear what you're saying. One, that's like
That's
a
fine.
possibility.
That's fine. Don't listen.
Yeah, well, that's just don't listen to them.
Mhm.
You know, they have the right to say whatever they want. You have the right to tune them out.
Exactly.
You know,
I think that's also what attracts a lot of people to wanting to listen to it. It's like, well, you're trying to shut it down so aggressively. It's like you're lending credence to what's being said.
Right. Because you should be able to win a debate based on credence of your.
Yeah,
of your
you
words,
should be
of
able to
your point of
outspeak
view.
the person.
Yeah.
well, that's the point of a debate. It's
Yeah.
no, it's oration.
All right.
You know,
That's
it's-
why you don't.
Well, that's where I feel like
Want
they're
to sound.
lending a fucking air of fucking truth to anything that's trying to be popularly shut down by big tech. If big tech's trying to censor it, it probably means that you're being fucking you're saying something that's got some truth to it, and they don't want you to spread that truth.
Like
I mean, because this whole
that's pretty
misinformation, disinformation bullshit is like, how many times have they gotten, like, I think YouTube's been already fucking, like, called out on that a bunch.
Oh yeah, they
Twitter,
had a purge. Or Twitter
Mhm.
is crazy that way. Yeah.
it's like, they've went, like, well, your favorite example,
Google.
Hunter Biden, your favorite example.
That's
It's
my
like,
crazy pills.
they're
one.
telling everybody it's not real, and now it's real.
My boss is the Chinese spy master.
No, that's 2-7 crack right there. Look, it says it right there, 2-7.
It's fucking. He actually says that. He says, "My boss is the Chinese spy master."
Who does he say that to? The Chinese hooker?
Yes,
Some hooker. Yeah, some Russian hooker.
but the point being,
That's disgusting.
when you're
Not
getting
the hooker part. Do what you will, but just the fact that you're like
Dude, he
talking
was
about your boss being a Chinese spy, like it's like all nonchalant.
he was writing creepy shit to his stepkid and taking creepy pictures with her. He's banging his brother's wife. It's all fucked up.
What?
But I don't even want to get
Yes.
into that. I want to just talk
The
about
daughter's diary.
oh, Brandon.
The daughter said that he was taking showers with him. We got him on fucking audio threatening the president of Ukraine. This shit's nuts.
So it's about just being told you can't say that. And when you're being told you can't say that, it probably means you're fucking above the target.
Tell me who you can't criticize. I'll tell you who's running the show. Who's in control.
Yeah.
Or what they're doing, yeah. Here we go, yo.
I like being able to criticize the Chinese government on a public platform.
Yeah, it's nice.
Feels pretty good.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Here we go,
Ukraine.
yo. Here we go, yo. So tell
Um,
me what's the scenario?
Is that really how it goes?
I think so.
Is you two fucking you think Bono's a piece of shit?
Yeah.
When has it
Number 2.
What happened with him now? What did he do? I stopped paying attention to that globalist piece of
They
shit.
did
Me
that
too.
stupid fucking. They did a gig in Ukraine in that subway. You remember that?
Oh yeah, it's such a war zone. U2's flying in for
Those were
gigs.
fucking gigs.
Well, I mean,
What the fuck?
again, like remember, how many times did fucking performers go to Vietnam?
Yeah, you ever see Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, I
Saw
did.
how that ended.
Who went there? Joan Baez?
I don't know. Look it up. There was probably multiple people who
It's
went
called
with
the
the
USO tours,
Yes, people go there. It
Bob
happens.
Hope.
All right,
The
Bob
whole
Hope.
country isn't getting bombed at once. That's what I'm saying. Like
Still.
stuff happens. Life goes on. People are still going to the grocery store. They're walking outside. They're walking their dogs. They're fucking.
Oh man. So Oh
I just
boy.
don't think we belong in Ukraine.
Ukraine's pretty big, right? It's like the size of the middle of Texas or something.
I think it's bigger than that.
I think it's pretty big.
No, I thought we looked at the size a couple months ago, and it was about Texas.
I'm gonna look at it right
It was
now.
a little bit larger than Texas.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
See, there's Switzerland.
That is micro.
Right, Switzerland's pretty
That
small.
might as well be like San Martino or whatever. Andorra.
All right, so we want to see the true size of Ukraine.
Yeah, like how big is Monaco?
Fucking micro.
I know. It's the size of the Catskills.
If that.
If that, yeah.
The Vatican's smaller than Sardis High School.
What?
The Vatican's smaller than the high school.
The Vatican City is smaller than the high school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about that.
I don't either.
The Vatican's small, man.
Yeah, I get
Dude, how
that,
the fuck
but
they gonna fit all that shit they stole in there?
It's-
Like from fucking Egypt.
Are you talking
and-
like the entire like Saugerties school property?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, all the field complexes and everything?
I think so.
Are you counting the field?
Okay.
We'll do it in a second.
Maybe if you're counting the fields.
All right, so now we got
Yeah, Ukraine's pretty big.
Ukraine's. It's stretching from
It's a good chunk of change there.
New York down to Virginia. It's going up to almost Green Bay there.
Well, let me
To Missouri.
No, not that far.
No.
It's going up to Green Bay, then down to the middle of Illinois,
Oh, okay.
across Indiana. Though it's going above Indianapolis.
It's pretty
I
big,
mean,
man.
It's an odd shape. Yeah, it is
It's an
pretty big.
odd shape. It's
Yeah, it's pretty
it's,
big.
it's amorphous.
I mean, on the north, it goes from like Virginia at the southernmost point to, well, shit, I don't even know what the hell is that far.
Yeah, the northern borders from
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
so here's
Massachusetts all the
Texas.
way over to
It looks like a
Wisconsin.
couple hundred miles. north of
200
Toronto.
almost 270,000 miles square miles, Texas. 233
Yeah.
Ukraine. It's smaller than Texas.
Yes, it could fit. That's what I was saying. I think it could fit right inside, but it's big. Big time.
It's a big. It's pretty big.
Is it smaller in Texas?
That's what I
Yeah,
just
it
saw
is. The
according to square
mileage
miles.
It is. It's like 40.
Close.
It's 40,000 like square miles smaller.
It's close. Huh. It's a lot of area.
It is. That's what I meant. Like, I mean, somebody at that northern tip, like, is hanging out fine. They're not getting shelled. They're not getting bombed. Life isn't the same, but it's, like I said, people are still walking their dogs. They're still doing everything.
I can't even see the Vatican.
Psh, Vatican. You're going to put it right in Sardis High School.
Yep.
There it is. He's got it. He's just grabbed it. He's taking it away. right
Oh
now.
shit!
It's a long haul because he's scaled in so deep.
I don't know if I can unscale. Because I won't be able to see it.
Jeez, Barnes.
There you go. That's a little bit better. Grab that little dot.
Nerds.
Get it down to a pixel.
Nerds.
Nerds. I wonder how he's doing these days. That actor.
I see my
Bloodsport.
commercial.
His best.
You
role.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's still kicking.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't even grab it. It's too small.
Bloodsport's his best role ever.
That's pretty good. He was good. Ogres were great though in the first Nerds.
Dude, were we talking about those a few weeks ago?
On the
or-
show, I'll
Yeah,
probably.
we gotta watch those. Let's have
Oh,
a
I
watch
love
party.
them. I'll watch anything, man. Like, I'm telling you, give me homework, dude, or we'll come up with like homework movies to watch or something.
That would be a good one.
And then we
if
could
we
talk
could like
about 'em.
start like a, we could figure out who has like or what you see in it now that's not acceptable.
problematic. Picking
Yeah,
out the
all
problematic
the
stuff.
Take a while.
What's gonna take a while?
Nobody's him trying to move the Vatican across Europe,
Yeah.
across the Mediterranean, through Spain, then across.
Everybody at home's never gonna see that.
No,
so.
especially the fun part's going to be when he's across the Atlantic, which I think he is now, because it's
Jeez.
Empty.
I see Barcelona.
So, anyways,
no.
we're gonna do the nerds problematic episode. Maybe that would be fun.
Well,
Problematic nerds.
the nerds are extremely problematic.
Who's the most problematic?
Probably the head nerd there. I forget.
Oh, who wears the mask and basically
Yeah,
rapes someone?
the rapist. But then again, I mean, how bad? Like, what's the worst? The fact that he did it, or that she like marries him?
In the end,
Yeah,
What's the message?
I know. That's like pretty. That's pretty weird. I mean, you would think that like Booger's the most crass.
the message is
but
like,
he's not even that bad. Like Booger doesn't.
Wear a mask.
Lamar is a little bad too, like the gay guy,
yeah.
because he's like grooming Wormser, who's like 14.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That was like some weird shit too.
You can't say groomer, bro.
Okay, groomer.
I just took my dog to get groomed.
Get a groomer.
I just groomed my cat. Hank and Higgins were grooming each other.
Dude, this is getting fucking bad.
Okay, dog barber.
We're getting fucked and we're getting canceled.
Oh my god.
Grooming dogs, grooming cats.
Yeah, what's up, man? Hank grooming Higgins, Higgins grooming Hank. Hank
So
grooming
yeah,
me.
the the nerds that so basically when he said what's the message, I think the message there was women well, if I'm looking at it from like the
As long as you're a good lover, they'll want to be with you, because she didn't
That's
know
what it
who
was.
it was. And
I guess.
And the nerd fucked her so good that she like married him. Like
Maybe.
like that's terrible.
I was even
message.
I was even thinking a little bit deeper if we're talking like psyop. too.
Oh, okay.
Like Hollywood, what are we teaching these people? We're teaching women to like weak men.
Oh, there's that too.
Mhm.
That's the beginning. The beginning
Yeah.
of, but which it really wasn't though.
No, it
because
wasn't the
It was
beginning.
a true underdog story at that
Right.
point, and underdog stories always sell. Like,
Well, yeah, always. I mean, that goes back for a long time. But as far as like, I even think of this like back when we're talking about like society and how it was formed. It was basically the taking of power away from warlords who were, that was the way might makes right. So how are we going to do that with commerce, with fake stuff like imaginary things, which are like insurance and fucking, monetized like money. The trade system turns into money. So like that, just talking historically, that's how like society changed for better in some ways, because you don't want warlords running around, but that's how like men, and women's the traditional like hunter-gatherer society changed with the
yeah, when you got rid of
when you're like that men with ideas are more powerful than the men with strength.
yes,
hmm
yeah, that might that movie's pushing that message. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that's because Stan Gable and Ogre and all the other
They're the dumb
jocks, they're-
fucks.
They're
Mhm.
dumb and they look like idiots the entire film. And they, and guys like that are way too one way are fucking idiots.
Yeah, yeah.
A
that's
lot
true.
of times, because I don't, it's funny.
What do they
It's
call them? Meatheads,
meatheads.
bros.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool bros and a lot of cool meatheads, but like, I don't know. There's still like that. There's an archetype there.
Yeah, and there's just archetypes. That's the
I
way
mean,
it goes.
Poindexter, the redhead there, he's not bad. He didn't do anything problematic, and neither did Booger really. Booger's actually cool as fuck. Oh. Yeah, probably. Oh no, he's racist. Extremely racist.
In the
against-
movie,
Barney's like he is racist. Yeah, well he makes fun of the Asian guy all the time.
Is
That
that the,
doesn't even count, does it?
the Robster Craws and the
is that the same guy, the Asian character, the same one that was in 16 Candles?
no.
No, okay, not Cooney from
No.
fucking UHF.
Yeah, I
Was
know.
Cooney was the same one from 16 Candles, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to.
You're so stupid.
I'm trying to think of where he is. What else he did? Like it's like I can see him older. I'm honing in on it in my mind palace now. Did you ever see that Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Who or Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes. No.
He was really good.
I imagine.
It was
yeah.
good. It was good. You should check it out if you get a chance.
I should, because I need something to watch. I'm so bored with all this other bullshit out there.
And the dude who played Bilbo, young Bilbo in The Hobbit.
He's Watson.
Yeah, he's really good. I like that dude.
Isn't that funny that they met again as Schmog and fucking Bilbo?
Yeah, that
Dude, I've been watching some other. This stuff just makes me think. It's like, why did they do this? It's like they take a protagonist from when they're young, like these young guys, and then they turn them into the bad guy when they're old guys. So it's like I was watching 1984 the other day, and what's his name there? Fucking. Is it William Hurt? No, William.
I haven't seen that movie.
You know the dude, the chest burster from
Yes,
Aliens.
I know
that
he's
dude?
in it. He's like the president, or right?
No. He's the protagonist. He's the guy that gets like captured, and then in V for Vendetta, he's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the guy behind.
Yeah,
the scene, that's right.
So I'm like, why did they do that? And then I watched. Here's the other one. They got the from 1984. They did a play, and it was shot in black and white by probably NBC or some fucking company, broadcast company. And the freaking guy that was the protagonist, again, he was fucking, it was like, oh, he's the good guy in this. He's young, but when he gets old, he's the bad guy.
Well,
and he was fucking, the fuck's Star Wars? What's the fucking general that talks to Leia? Fucking, oh yes, princess, that's so nice. You know, fuck, I forget what the fuck's that actor, or what's the guy's name in Star Wars?
Which one? Which Moff Tarkin?
Moff Tarkin.
Oh, okay, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, yeah. So it's like when you're young, you play the fucking, you know,
it's exactly what.
And then when you're
Al Pacino
old,
says, and
you're
Once
the
Upon a
fucking
Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
When Al Pacino was trying to pull,
but he played mean characters and bad characters when he was young.
But that whole scene when he's trying to like recruit Leo to go to Italy to do the movies, and he gives him that whole speech about how, you know, now you're the heavy, now you're getting beat up on screen by the younger guys, and what they don't see your work that you did before. All they see is you getting beat up, and that's who you are now. Like, you know, and that, so it gave him a chance to go over there, obviously, and like revitalize his career and not be second fiddle anymore. But that's what happens. That's
I believe I see what you're saying. I'm going into it a little more like from a weird way, like, oh, this is like a way of telling people that when you're young, you're fighting the good fight, and when you're old, it's okay to be the evil guy.
Yeah, I know that. Yes, I can see that too.
It's a psychological fucking way. It's like through the culture of like.
It's a young man's game. Young people are the ones spending money. Young people are the ones buying. Like,
but you know,
on
so
these
where's
things that they're selling. Like,
we need some movies maybe with some old men fucking.
Well, no shit.
Heroes.
We need no goddamn shit. We need like movies that are just good. Like, okay, like first
of all, let's fucking find a director that can fucking frame up a shot. Okay,
where are the dramas?
There's plenty of drama, but it's so
Not like
it's like listening to the fucking radio and you hear Pink and she's always talking about how she hates her ex-boyfriend. It's like it's the oldest fucking like story in the book. It's like I've heard it friggin' all the old friggin' soft songs like are about fucking relationships gone bad. It's like, why people still singing about this?
I know. I don't know. Yeah, it's the same shit. It's just whittled and watered down to nothing now. It's like you said, with the cinematography, like taking, like really caring about like all the shots and how things actually like look. Is out the window. It's all about cramming as many, and then I can understand why the money's not there to like have that kind of film, you know, to shoot in like you know, like The Hateful Eight was a big deal because of what it was shot in.
Yeah, it was an awesome movie.
Beautiful new looking movie, of course, because of, like that opening shot in the beginning with this.
I love that opening shot. I fucking love it.
And you know what? And that's like there was a time when all movies had opening shots like that.
Yeah,
all of them did.
Yeah, but now we're talking about we're going back to this like fucking
you gotta cram
Gordon Gekko fucking. Oh, we got fucking there's dead air on the screen. We got to pay for that to get printed.
All the money's in all the actors. Yeah, every movie has like fucking crammed full of like 30 fucking big name actors that all demand so much money that you don't have any more money to like spend in the other departments.
And it's also they're like we have to convey information because that's what we're doing here. If we're not conveying our information across the screen every fucking second, we're losing money.
Yep, and you need those big actors crammed in there so that you can draw a crowd to actually pay for your film, which is like it somehow got like backwards out over time. Like there's no like the writing is worse, directing is worse, cinematography is worse, acting is way worse.
Wardrobe's horrible.
I'm sorry, but like I don't like I just don't see
lighting
like 20-year-old actors in like the 20-year-old range
God.
that are any good like there were when we were younger. And I don't know if that's like and even before us they were even better. Like like it was just like seems like it's been degenerating down, and now acting is bad too.
To the point where it's like you're lucky if you can get somebody that can act kind of naturally as just being themselves.
They want you, you know, they focus so much on how good you look. Everyone's all good looking in movies. There's no good character actors that look like somebody I see at the grocery store. Yeah. Everybody is just like some bimboed out fucking whatever, dude, like ripped out, shredded guys. Like guys, it's just not natural. It's like that's what I love about the 70s and the 80s and the 60s.
I mean, look at people, Booger and fucking, you know,
exactly. Like people just look like people.
He was in so many movies and he was great every time.
That's one of the reasons why I love Magnum, because everybody's all character actors, so like everybody looks like people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a normal thing. Everyone's normal. There's overweight people, there's skinny people, there's like this and that. There's like weird.
What's the one other guy's name? There's TC and then the other one.
Rick.
Rick, that's right. Yeah, he's just a normal schlub.
Yeah,
he's
Italian
like,
dude. You know,
he's like, oh yeah, Magnum, I can fucking party, man.
Yeah, he runs the club. You know, he's all about. But yeah, so that's what I mean. It's like I like that. That's what draws me to 70s and 80s movies the most is all those things I mentioned, like this writing.
He still fucking with that map?
Yes. He's trying to line it up with Sarge. He's in there. Dude, he is in there.
You're gonna have to take that to the camera because you spent so much fucking time on this. You're gonna have to take that up to the camera and show it off.
Oh my God, he's behind the high school now.
It's all about the Saugerties High School.
Oh my God.
It's the pit of hell.
He might have been right. He might be right. He might be right.
Oh man. It's the exact same footprint.
He might be goddamn right. Holy smokers.
I can't find the high school.
Oh.
You know where it is. It looks like it's the size of the high school grounds. It does. It looks comparable. If that's the pond behind the golf course.
I think these are stables, right?
Probably. That looks like that's the golf course right behind water right there, right?
Washington Avenue.
Yeah. What's that? That's the high school. That's it. Saugerties High School is bigger than the Vatican.
The buildings or just
the buildings? I've never been to the Vatican, so I don't know.
You better go show the fucking camera.
All right. I don't know the scale because I've never been.
Well, we'll be able to tell on the monitor.
It's really light.
All right, go back.
You had it. There you go.
Yeah, you can't see the ground.
Yeah, you can, a little bit right there.
Come back a little further. Like, come back a little further. There. Now tip it again. Tip it forward. Try it forward.
Tip it. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boo.
All right, you had it. Back.
Tip it good.
Anyway, it's fucking small.
Right there. That's it.
I lost it. I get something here.
Oh, God.
Luddites.
It went back to home.
Oh. What is best in
no,
life?
thank you for that. That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, it's small.
So, Saugerties High School is bigger than the Vatican.
Right, and the Vatican could potentially have nukes.
The Vatican controls the world.
Well, a part of it.
That we know of.
That's not entirely true. There's people who never even read the Bible.
I know.
Don't matter. You don't need to
Their
read it.
influence.
You ever see
is
the
felt.
You ever see the Matrix, bro?
Seen the Matrix, bro.
I
Since the
know.
Rothschild
Who the
Bank,
fuck
man.
knows?
You're
Yeah.
born
The central
into
bankers.
bondage.
I've tricked you into everything.
You've been born into bondage, Barney.
Yeah. That's what they say.
You ever hear of taxes, bro?
Taxes.
It's all going right there.
Fuckers.
Right now, Uncle Scam's back pocket.
And then
It's a
Scam
robbery.
sending it over to fucking Ukraine.
tax
Oh,
robbery.
he's sending it over to fucking Ho Chi Minh.
You're getting taxed. Fucking these people are stealing it every which way they can. Neglecting everybody they want. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Kinda like,
So we're gonna get close here soon, so we better start thinking about who's towing the line, what not to say, don't say, and fucking we must forget. What we must forget.
What is it? Don't say gay sex, right? It's man and man relations.
Oh
or
yeah,
something, right?
monkeypox. You
Yeah.
don't say it.
what?
Don't say that monkeypox is only fucking homosexual fucking transmitted disease.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Don't
that.
say that, man.
It's how are they rephrasing it? It's like man on man relations or something. It's like basically saying the same thing. It's word salad.
It's a map. It's a fucking man attracted person.
Or semen.
Oh.
I'm wondering if the people at home heard those crickets.
cum isn't gonna pump itself.
I'm just saying,
was coming. I knew he was
in the
coming.
world of sexual predators,
You know,
they,
Jack is like-
semen's a map leads back to you.
Oh, those men, yes, and the monkeypox.
Adios,
I thought they were.
itself. No.
Why is it offensive? Because it's gay people.
No, I just noticed that they were not saying the media refuses to say like it's,
Because it's fucking, you're hurting someone's feelings.
Who's-
There we
why?
go.
that they refuse to say that homosexuals are more common amongst them.
95% is the cases.
So they're saying like something like
God's
man
wrath.
on man relations. I like
It's obviously God's wrath.
Shut the fuck up.
I think Bill Maher said something about it.
It's God's wrath.
He was saying some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Bill
was like,
said
it's
something about
ridiculous.
it.
It's
Yeah.
to not fucking just call it for what it is. He's like, aren't the men going to be offended that they're not being told that it's they're being fucking,
No,
know.
it's perfectly fine.
Wow.
you got to see.
I heard.
You
I've
got
heard-
to. You got to see
Zesty.
that Ryan. You got to see that Ryan Long thing when
I heard
and the
if-
racist.
If you have gay sex, you can't catch monkeypox. That's what I heard.
Oh man, that Ryan Long thing. Remember, when he was like,
This
It's
is
like-
disinformation.
I approve of that message.
the fucking when
Tee.
when oh god, I'm so fucking losing it.
I'm so fucking.
But when in the Ryan Long thing, they're like, when white people or when woke and racists get along, they're like, it's like, yeah, we agree on pretty much everything, and then the woke person's like, well, you know, as long as we agree that white people are the root of all evil on earth and something like that, and the racist is like, well, if we can like whittle that down to white people with little hats on their head, we might be able to agree. And he goes, well, I don't really believe that Jews are white people. He goes, I don't either.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's something like that. It's just so funny that they nailed it like on every fucking
did nail
level. Oh my god. And it reminded me of Barney's little action there when we're like, yeah, you know, don't want the guys get, and he's like, nope, that's perfectly fine. Just keep it secret. Keep it safe. Oh my god.
Oof. The zestiest take of the day
Zest.
goes to Barnes.
Oh, did I?
Keep it secret.
Is that top
Keep
of the
it
queen's a welfare queen?
Oh my god. So yeah, we can't say that monkeypox is transmitted via an act that is man on man.
It can happen to anyone. You know, it can spread, like
Yeah.
bisexuals can spread it to everybody. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
that's
Oh Christ! Stay away from them.
Yeah, well, hey, you're being
the Switzerland's of the
insensitive. You're being fucking.
Switzerland's Jesus.
Did you? Okay, speaking of or fucking anxiety and sensitivity, There was a police officer or like an ex-police officer. I got to look at the story, but in London, in the UK, arrested because of a social media post.
I saw that.
And the person was like, the arresting officers, like, you created anxiety on somebody, and he's like, and you're arresting me for this?
Holy smokes!
And the
They
guy's
ain't
like,
got no rights over there, man.
no, they ain't got no fucking rights.
Whatever the Queen says, allegedly.
Brittany.
She's still the fucking monarch. She's still the head of state.
She's the boss.
Allegedly.
She's the boss.
I don't know.
She's 100.
Almost.
But anyways, people getting arrested for social media posts.
Yeah, that's been happening. That happened to a comedian in Canada. I mean,
it happened here in America about 4 or 5 years ago, I forget, and it was because the girl told her boyfriend, "Go ahead, go kill yourself. I don't give a shit."
they can
The dude
do
went and
that.
Killed himself.
They can. That's legal though.
That's against the law. You're saying, yeah.
Well, if allegedly, if you know someone's suicidal, you're supposed to say something.
You're not allowed to say something like to promote
So,
them doing it.
No, you're not allowed to say anything to promote them doing it. But if you know someone's suicidal, you're supposed to
Report it.
Yeah,
Well, that's crazy too.
kinda.
It's like, what the fuck responsibility do I have, for this person's life?
They choose you in passing one day.
Well, that's just it. That's just it.
You're
When
walking
is
by you.
When is it a burden on the person?
They're getting out. They're
Like,
coming off
what
a
about
bus.
the person who's is the fixation?
Yeah.
You're switching
You know?
planes.
Everyone looks at them like the bad guy when that other person kills themselves, but that
In the
person put
airport.
them through shit for fucking years before that happened.
Could
or
be,
something,
or they
you know?
just could be a crazy person that has an obsession.
That's just we know
Yeah.
a few of those in our
Start
lives.
telling random people in passing you're gonna
Shut
kill
the
yourself.
fuck up.
I
Now,
told them go arrest him.
what's that fucking the indentured servant or something like that? When people say, save my life is now yours.
Oh, life
So-
debts.
Life
debt.
debts. Yeah.
Indentured servitude.
So you just start running up to people and they're saying you're suicidal, and then you're just like, now you got me. You saved my life.
Save my life.
I'm with you now forever.
I'm Chewbacca.
Don't do that. Okay. Save my life.
I'm the hottest chick on the block.
You're stuck with me. I'm your Chewbacca now, honey.
I'm your Chewbacca.
Yeah, let's go.
Your Wookiee. I want to be your Wookiee.
How about that dude in Australia? He went through a bad breakup, and he gave out this is before the internet. He put out flyers, take a number, and it said a Chewbacca contest, win $100. Call this number and do your best Chewbacca impersonation. And she was getting Chewbacca impersonations for weeks.
Oh my god, that's close.
Troll level 1000.
Pre-internet trolling.
All right, so we did. What can't we say? What might we forget? What can't we say?
Don't say.
What don't say?
That's what we just did. Don't say.
Don't say.
Don't say.
Monkeypox is caused by.
What are we supposed to
sexual
forget?
activity.
What are we supposed to forget? I mean, we already did the wall. That was last week, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be something new this week. We got to forget that fucking.
Ukraine gave up its nukes.
We got to forget fucking. We're sending 1 billion over there now. Jesus Christ, it just fucking boggles
Just
my
keeps
mind.
going on. How much is it?
1 billion package.
Yeah, 1.4.
So all right, so it's like a Powerball. They hit the Powerball.
Jeez.
Big jackpot on the Powerball to Ukraine.
Zelensky
I know,
winning the
that's just
Powerball
it,
again,
like-
3 weeks straight.
Like, didn't somebody just win like a 1.7?
Did we forgive their get
Mm-hmm.
yet, or no? That's just not going to happen. It's just
Jeez.
All right.
Or what else is there to forget this week? I mean, we just got to forget how much money we're sending.
we're just going to be a
over there, but
petro. What are we fighting to the last Ukrainian? Is that what we're doing?
fucking the
They
last-
are. They are, yeah. They're-
Well, supposedly, what I keep hearing is like Russia's just throwing soldiers at it. Like that's why it's such a problem. It was
Okay.
like, Putin's just like he's already lost like 6 or 7 generals or like
a
real
lot
top
more
of
than that.
officials.
Like a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I told him the number a couple weeks ago and it was pretty high. It was like
Yeah.
17 or
Jeez.
something like that. And that was a couple weeks ago.
And
They're losing
they're
a
just
lot.
sending people in and they're saying this, yep, it's ours. So, I mean, I don't know what the fuck Ukraine's doing other than just taking our money and
I also
slobbing
heard they
shit at 'em.
haven't those HIMARS that we sent over there.
It's not my money; it's our money.
Those intercepting missile systems or
Yeah.
whatever haven't. Not one of them has been shot down or done in by Russia, and they're just destroying everything. They're just fucking way ahead of tech that they have.
Ahead of the Russian tech.
Yes. They want their hands on that stuff real bad. But it's working against them. They can't stop
So
it.
where does this go? Where's this all? This,
I have no idea.
where's all this go?
I know.
That's what we must forget.
There should be an end to this.
Yeah.
There's no. Dude, we gotta forget. There's ends.
Ends to war. I mean, what's the objective?
I have no idea. I mean, now it seems like Russia's objective is to completely level Ukraine.
We've already seen like so many times where it was like Zelensky's been pushed away from the peace table because of fucking politics.
Politics. Let me check the.
It's like whatever happens, Russia cannot fucking. It's just like it's the gentrification, like we've been saying, of the world. They want to gentrify the world through fucking the World Economic Forum. That's all it is.
Well, yeah, that's the way.
And
you
fucking
get
Putin
everybody
don't
under
want to
one
listen.
Yeah,
umbrella.
he doesn't.
He don't want to listen. He don't want no part of it.
And that's the thing. It's the battle of bankers, really, man. That's
Mhm.
the big scene. Central banks versus central banks. Fucking private banks. Private banks.
So okay, we can't.
Who's towing the line?
Who's towing the line this week? Who was last week? They were towing it hard last week. It
Wow,
was-
Russia lost a lot of ground in Ukraine, huh?
Yeah, they're actually. I told you once those HIMARS got sent over there like a month ago, it started turning the tide because they can just destroy everything. There's the missile system.
Really?
Yeah, they're American missile systems that they sent over there. And they only sent like 20 of them or something, and that's what it's doing.
Jeez.
That's like the kind of,
They're mobile anti-aircraft.
and they haven't been able to destroy one of them, Russia. So they've just been wreaking havoc.
Well, they can position them pretty far away, it seems.
They can't hit inside Russia though. We didn't. Yeah, I think we didn't give them the ones that can go far.
Well,
enough
thank
to-
God.
Now,
Fuck, it's World War III's right around the corner.
what's Triestia?
Trinistria.
Yeah, did they go with Russia?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Because they're on the map as on Russia. I'm at the live feed.
Yeah, maybe they did.
It's World War III.
It's here.
It's here. It's gonna buckle up. I mean, I can't see China spending all this money and then not attacking in Taiwan. I mean, people say they can't because they're gonna take a lot of losses. I don't think they care.
That's gonna really set it off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's like
North
the
Korea was talking tough this
we're,
week
we're
too.
talking about the
They said
perfect setup.
They said they send 100,000 troops to the Ukrainian front for Russia.
North Korea did
Yeah.
Damn,
100,000. Damn. Fucking migrants.
that's serious. But it's like the perfect setup for World War III. We're talking about the 80-year cycle. We're right fucking in it. We're gonna
Right.
have this depression. We're gonna fucking
Yeah.
be like, how do we get out of it? I know how. War. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before fucking Iran does something, Pakistan does something.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So it's
on a
it's-
happy note,
Am I gonna still have a podcast?
Yeah, you're still gonna have a podcast. We gotta branch out to Rumble and BitChute and D Live.
Dude, Rumble just took YouTube to court or Google, and it's looking good. The Google's gonna have to fucking change their algorithms, or their algorithms are gonna be brought out in court.
Right,
Hmm
because they fix fucking results all the time.
Yeah, they're like, you can't have a monopoly on a search engine and the video platform and not promote the other video platforms
Right.
in your search engine.
Right. Synergy, corporate synergy.
So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens with that. But yeah, Rumble would be nice.
Let's get ready to.
We might actually get some
rumble.
other viewers.
Yeah.
it's
We-
Ama-
'cause-
it's
because it's-
Amanda and Jackie right now. Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Ryan Jackie. You don't got Randy this week? No.
Randy. We might have had him before. We had like 4 viewers, and then when we reset it, they all were probably like, I'm going to go.
Fuck them.
I'm gonna go make some eggs.
Yeah, I'm going to go boil an egg. All right. Well, what else is towing the line? Who's towing it? Who's towing the line this week?
It's hard. Let me think about this one.
1 foot over the line, sweet man.
Well, NATO's definitely towing the line.
Well, yeah.
New World Order.
Hey, man, if there's going to be one, I'd rather have NATO on top of the New World Order than China and Russia. Sorry.
China.
Well, yeah, by proxy. I don't really trust them either, though.
I don't trust NATO. Like I said, gentrification. That's all.
Yeah, when you say you don't trust NATO, it means you don't trust us.
Exactly.
No.
But would you rather have?
Well, yes.
I mean, it's fucking
Well,
no-brainer.
yes.
It's a no-brainer. It's like
Are they going to give us a good deal? I mean, it depends.
we're here.
I don't think it's gonna that easy though. It's like gonna fold into something where that Chinese social credit system's coming over here no matter what the fuck we do about it.
PU on that. I won't participate in that. I don't care if I have a
They're
zero.
trying to bring it over here. They're trying to bring it into fucking Europe. And they're like, how are we going to be able to swindle all this together, somehow tie it together without being like, yeah, we're fighting China, but we want you to be just like China.
What's the purpose of this social credit score?
It's because I heard one of the most depressing things the other day at the store.
Okay.
I was fucking in the store behind this one young woman, and young woman was checking her out, and she's like, do you guys take Apple, whatever it is, Apple Pay? And she's like, yeah, I do. And she's like, oh, good, because I forgot my wallet and I don't have any money and I need gas and I got to go all the way back to Albany. And the other woman's like, yeah, I love having money in my phone because it's like I will have like $2,000 on me or something, whatever it is, whenever I need it, and I don't need to bring cash or anything like that. And I was just like, yeah. There you go, just giving up all your fucking power to like Apple and fucking.
Well, that's just it. In the name of convenience.
In the name of convenience.
Fascism.
I don't have to remember how to fucking carry things on myself anymore. I don't have to remember things. It's so convenient.
I know. I don't play like that. Play around with money on my
But that's
phone.
really what it comes down to. It's like I don't need to remember phone numbers. I
Right.
don't need to remember fucking dates. It's gonna alert me. I don't need even my money. I could just walk out the door. The next thing they're gonna do, Apple's gonna fucking do a deal with the car company, so it fucking starts your car
Right.
and locks it up.
I was watching this old video of what the fuck is that guy's name? I can't remember. He's talking about the plans for New World Order or whatever, and he's like, and this is in the 90s, and he's saying, that way we can chip everybody. We'll run all their economy off of that, and if they do something we don't like, we'll just turn off all their access to everything.
Yeah. That's really what the next step is. It's like, let's get them all addicted. It's like, I can be a total dumb shit and still walk around in the world. And it's like, yeah, but the minute you start thinking, they'll turn it off.
Right.
They will. I know, it's disgusting.
I'm surprised I didn't get any calls this week.
I don't get any calls ever.
Me either, hardly. Yeah.
I don't want them. I
I'll
don't
talk to
need
the
them.
I talk to the same, like, you guys and shit. Like, but I talk to Jack on and Brandon, like, and Jeff, rather. There's not, like, other than that. Yeah, Nikolai once a week. And then I don't hear, my phone doesn't go off.
Yeah. I like it.
Sometimes, most of the time.
I almost, when I left my phone up at Jeff's the other week, I almost was like, fuck it. I
thought
don't
you were
even need
going
to get it back.
I thought you were going to.
Because I got a landline downstairs. I was just like, I'll just use that, put a fucking answering machine on it, go back to the 80s.
Fuck it.
Yep.
Even get one of those stupid tapes.
Yep.
Wait for the beat. Remember that shit?
Wait for the beat.
So who's towing the line?
NATO's towing the line. I mean, unless there's somebody else, towing the line. Fucking all the people that like Biden, they're all still towing the line.
Ulcer's towing the line. We got monkeypox epidemic.
Yeah, what's up? I'm calling it right now. The monkeypox is what they're going to use to affect the elections this year.
Everybody's saying that already.
Mm-hmm. They're going to shut down like polling
Mail
places.
in.
They're going to be like,
Yeah.
you can't come in without a mask. All this shit.
It's a cultural revolution again. Fucking
Mhm.
color revolution. That's a way to cheat. You know, in the name of safety.
In the name of
it's-
safety.
A shitty ruse to use. You know.
Monkeypox.
Tee.
Pox.
It's just a terrible name too. It is.
I mean, what's fucking next? You know?
Bat AIDS.
It's
That's why I love South Park. South Park with the pang. You
the
know,
pangolin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mickey Mouse fucks
Mickey
the
Mouse.
pangolin.
Oh, God. Get yourself some of that Rocky Mountain cocaine. That's the best shot I've ever seen, Randy. Like,
Cocaine in the Ukraine.
oh my god. Some of that Integrity Farms Rocky Mountain cocaine.
Integrity Christmas special. Oh, it's great.
All righty, folks. Anybody else got any other things? I mean, Barney looks like
hey.
he wants to perform for you all, but I'm going to shut him down.
So yeah, we watching Nerds.
Are we going to do homework?
Yeah, I'll watch Nerds. I'll watch any movie you want. Anyone.
You're available. Well, we're going to say for next week or the week after, somewhere soon.
Watch Nerds.
Okay, we're going to have our Nerds review coming soon. We'll have some notes on it. Definitely bring some notes.
John Goodman's in that too. He's the head coach.
That's right. Yeah. Old Johnny Goodman, the Cyclops.
Yes, that's why. Oh, I love that movie so much. I love that movie. All right, well, it's nice to talk to y'all.
Oh, wait a second. Never mind. All right, for Kris, Barney, and myself, thank you for coming by, everybody. We appreciate you watching. Barney's singing us out. He's the band now. And just remember, as Buckaroo says, wherever you go, there you are. Later.
Ooh.